Headline.
It's a stream by
Bird of Prey.
Gained a bunch of
Subs in April. Lost them in May.
But I know those numbers are gonna zoom.
They're gonna zoom.
When I'm on Nerdrotic's channel.
Nerdrotic's channel. Or Doomcock.
I said bed life.
Bed life.
And as stupid as it may seem, some people get their kicks downvoting the stream.
Downvoting the stream. Someone already downvoted the stream. Don't let it get me down.
Cause this crazy old bird keeps sticking around. I've been a bully, a brawler, a terror, a bum, and a boss with a ring. I've been east and west and north and south, and I've seen a few things. But now I find myself stuck in this bed, so I just hit the remote and raise up my head. Bed life.
Bad life.
I tell you, I won't deny it. I thought of quitting YouTube, but Rogan say don't even try it. I gotta keep refuting those anti-trekker lies and turd-a-standing turds and the
Fake orphan cries.
I've been a bully, a brawler, a terror, a bum, and a boss with a ring. I've been east, west, north
and south, and I've seen a few things.
But now I find myself stuck in this bed, so I just hit the remote and raise up.
I think I have too many tabs open. Seems like we're getting a lot of freezing.
I thought of quitting YouTube, but my Rogan said don't even try it. But if there's no play button by next July, I'm gonna lay myself down on this old bed and cry.
My. Yeah, it is. Ways laggy.
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Esri Dax on DS9. And I welcome you to Bird o' Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hail Karoga. Thank you, Nicole. Qapla. Hello, world. No. Let's start over. Hello, world. It's Bird o' Prey 5. Qapla. It's time for bed life. And it is, I don't know what those beeps are. It is Friday, June 26, 2020. And yes, it is. Ciso Frey is being released from the hospital in 25 minutes. So discharged in 25 minutes. So mother and baby are doing well. And I will update you as the stream goes, as we get an update, hopefully when Ciso Prey actually gets home, maybe by like 5 p.m. Eastern or something. So,
yeah.
Interpol has donated $1 and blessed us with Kissing Dax to start off. So, you know it's going to be a good stream. Donated $1 and says, "Good sir, we are informing you that because of overwhelming evidence, we are charging you with war crimes. Surrender or we'll get the UN involved." I laugh in your general direction. The UN has no power in Karoga, and you have no jurisdiction to charge me with anything. I think this is just cheap anti-tracker tactic trying to flee Kurogan officials, because we know anti-tracker's trial is going to be coming up very soon. We have at least 3 charges against him, and there'll probably be more. And I don't think that's the official Interpol either. They usually donate more than $1. They're less stingy because they're using, they're not using their own money. They basically get their money from the UN, so they basically just, they don't care how much they spend. They throw $10-20 at a time into Paul. This guy, he's an amateur. Anyway, Thomas Potts was first. Hello, Thomas Potts. And she called the cheater because Thomas lost the risk game that we just played on Cinnabon Bunny's channel. And when I mean Thomas lost, I mean he lost before the first round was over. And he lost because he decided he was going to attack moi. And moi does not take that lightly. So on my very first round, before the first round even ended, I just took out all of Thomas Potts's armies. And unfortunately, after that, number one sci-fi came out of nowhere and just dominated the entire game. I was not expecting that. Congratulations, number one sci-fi. That was a well played game. He took out Cinnabon, he took out me, and he took out LDG all within a few turns. It was something to see. It was something to see. Number one sci-fi either got very, very lucky or is an extremely skilled risk player. Either way, he did real good. We have to concentrate on him in the future. Let's see, that's from Mamo Prey. Cinnabon Bunny says hello. Welcome, Cinnabon Bunny. Wesley Crusher says bird of prey. Greetings, birds, turds, and alpaca knights. Joseph says the song is perfect. Oh, very cool. Resolute says hi. Number one sci-fi says hello, bird of prey. And I'm sorry about not winning risk. It's okay, number one. You don't have to apologize because I didn't win. People expected I would win, even though I didn't expect to win. People expected I would win. But number one, damn, you did. You were amazing at that risk. I'm curious if you can do it again. Wesley says Bird of Prey doesn't know his own theme song. Wes, the thing is, there were small changes in the lyrics between what I wrote and what Piano Dean sang, because I told him, sing whatever sounds best. And, I understand he made a few changes. But of course, the lyrics I remember are the ones I came up with exactly. Slight lyrics changes here and there, and I forget where I am. I got to kind of relearn the song with the lyrics that are there. And then it doesn't help that yesterday on Doomcock's private patron-only Discord meeting that I made it to after I ended yesterday's stream, I didn't think they'd still be going, but they were. Doomcock had heard of Bed Life. He'd seen the song Piano Dean, or I sent it to Piano Dean, to Doomcock, because Piano Dean wanted to hear Doomcock's reaction to the song. So Doomcock knew of the song, and Doomcock asked me to sing it during the patron stream on Discord. So yesterday I sang it, but I sang it with my lyrics because I had my lyrics on the computer already, and I didn't have the Piano Dean lyrics. So I sang it with my lyrics just yesterday. So it's kind of like I confused myself as to the lyrics once again. I know that was a long answer to a short question that nobody cared about to begin with. And there's Piano Dean. Says it was such a fun song to do. Thank you, Piano Dean. I'm glad you are here. And yeah, Piano Dean, Doomcock asked me to sing it yesterday. And I warned everybody. I was like, I could put in a link to the good, to the good version. And he's like, no, sing it. Everybody's like, yeah, sing it. I was like, you don't understand. I'm not a good singer. They're like, it's okay. So I sang it, but they also know that there's the good version out there for anyone who wants to hear it with Piano Dean's voice and music, because I had no music while I was singing. Darth Maul said the Woke Zone Season 2. Actually, Darth Maul, talking about the Twilight Zone Season 2, I've only seen the first episode, but I would say the first episode was not woke. I mean, there was diverse in a diverse cast. Don't get me wrong. I have no problem with diversity, and most people don't have a problem with diversity. If I wanted to say, "Oh my God, it's so woke," I mean, I'd feel dirty even bringing up the things because they're trivial, and there was zero wokeness, and there was honestly zero wokeness. If I want to say, well, the landlord was an African American woman and the tenant was a white guy, so usually those roles are reversed. But who cares? It's 2020, right? African Americans own apartment buildings. White people rent rooms, rent apartments from them. It happens. There's nothing that unusual about it. So, and that's maybe the only thing I could say. Oh, look how they have the African American woman as the landlord. But who cares? That's perfectly fine. So it wasn't woke. It had a white dude as the main character. And like the I don't want to give it completely away, although I will in my review, which will be forthcoming. But then the bad person was also white. So it wasn't that it was like, oh, everybody, all the good people were black and all the bad people were white, as it was many times in season 1. No, it wasn't. I mean, it could have been about a couple of black people. It could have been about a couple of white people. It could have been about an interracial couple, but it wasn't. They actually went ahead and they made them both white, which, okay. And to be honest, at the end of the episode, the white dude is not necessarily the bad guy. I thought it was a shit episode. Don't get me wrong. As a Twilight Zone episode, it left a lot to be desired. There was very little Twilight Zone of it. I mean, the biggest mystery, they never even attempt to explain. Whereas if it was the real Twilight Zone, they would have said something, they would have made a remark, or we would have learned more about why it happened just a bit. Or we would have seen it about to happen again, right? Like they're like, this threat isn't over. This threat is always out there. This is always a possibility. But this was just like a one-off and done, and then that's it. It's never going to happen again, and with zero explanation as to why it happened in the first place. I'll say this in my review when I do it, how I would have improved this episode. But it was just a crap episode, but there was zero wokeness. Now, I know there's 9 more episodes to go, and I expect there probably will be wokeness, but we'll get to it when we get to it. I don't need to insert wokeness when there was none.
Live long and prosper.
Orville Nation donated $2 through Super Chat. Congrats, Uncle Joe. Congrats, Sis Pray and Mamo Pray. Thank you so much, Orville Nation. And Joe Biden donated $1 earlier when I was in the middle of my Twilight Zone rant. Says, good job. Thank you again, Joe Biden. Good job winning Risk. I really hate that trash Thomas Potts. He's a loser and sucks. Black Jesus and Black God. Oh boy, I hate Thomas. Vote Democrat. We are love. Number 17. I don't know what to tell you, Joe. I don't know what to tell you. But Thomas isn't a loser. You know what? I need to stick up for Thomas Potts. Thomas Potts is not a loser. He's a smart and intelligent person. He has been tricked to be part of Turdistan. It's unfortunate. It's like somebody being seduced by the devil, but he was seduced by a turd. It happens. I hope that one day he sees the light, or as we say in Karoga, he wipes. But either way, he's not a bad person. He's just made bad choices. Okay, there's a big difference between a loser and someone who made some bad choices, but has complete capability of taking control of their life if they choose to. And that's Thomas Potts. Sci-Fi Nation says, greetings, Bert O'Prey, Grandma O'Prey, Sassy O'Prey, Nephew O'Prey, and Sis O'Prey, and fellow nerds. All hail Karoga. Aroo! Thank you. Thank you, Sci-Fi Nation. Jitsi Lemon says, the second you want to message Joseph or someone else to ask who's streaming because you desperately need something fun to happen, and you see Bird go online to save the evening. Oh, you're welcome, Jitsi. I was actually on Cinnabon's stream before this. We're playing a game of Risk. Cinnabon has been streaming for 4 hours or maybe 2.5, 3 hours. So if you're not subscribed to Cinnabon Bunny Jitsi, you should, because that's where I was before this. Cinnabon is good streaming, as is Wesley Crusher, as is many people here. Piano Dean, you should subscribe to. Sci-Fi Nation, and I mean everybody. Subscribe to everybody, but especially Cinnabon. Wesley says the dictator of Karoga Bird is singer. He is not. The dictator of Karoga Bird is singer. He is not. That is true, Wesley. But you know what? The people on Doomcock's Discord were so nice. They said that I did a good job, and even when I said, "Oh, you guys don't have to say it," they insisted that they said, while you're no Doomcock, nobody is, that they were actually thought I did a really good job. So basically, I can tell you that the people at Doomcock's Discord are all liars. Now, they're lying to you for the best of intentions and the best reasons, but clearly they're all liars, or they all have deep hearing issues. They're just way too nice. Thomas Potts says, voting down a stream before it starts is rude. Wait until the halfway through. Exactly, Thomas. Exactly. Epic Beard says, remember, Bird needs to thumb down, vote anti-trigger guilty of all crimes. Wow, 4 down votes now? I must have pissed somebody off. It must be Jordan Peele and the Twilight Zone writers. They must have come by. Sorry, guys. If you want my help, I'll help you write it for free. I mean, I won't write the whole thing for free, but I'll give you some tips. Like, I'll tell you how you could have improved each episode. And if you want me to write for season 3, it won't cost you a lot. I could be surprisingly reasonable. But
I've been monitoring your communications with
it's better than it was last year, I'll tell you that. This would be the second best episode of Twilight Zone ever, next to The Wonderkind, which was my favorite from season 1, which was somehow I only liked, somehow was an episode I actually liked a little bit last season, whereas all the others were repulsively offensive. Joseph Patrick donated €2 through Super Chat. Thank you, Joseph. And says, lost a sub yesterday. Play me the song at the end. Oh, okay, Joseph. We will play the song maybe in the middle, maybe at the end. If I need a couple minutes, maybe I'll play the song a little earlier. This way you're to be sure you're awake for it. So don't worry. Thank you, Joseph. I'm sorry about you losing a sub. DJ lost the sub. I lost the sub today. I was at 2088. Today I'm at 2087. It happens. Okay. Once you get to 4 digits, you stop worrying about that last digit. But I worry. I don't worry. I just notice. Let's just say I took notice. Sci-Fi Nation says, I stream a few times a week as well, Jitsi. Yes, Sci-Fi Nation is another one. Mike Richards, greetings from Columbus, Ohio, and Bird of Prey and Qapla. Mike Richards, greetings. Bradley Briggs says, has 200 tabs open. I had a hell of a lot of... I had like 12 different YouTube tabs open, and now I'm down to 5. Well, there's one over there. Oh, and I have an extra Twitter. I closed about 18 tabs before we started. I closed all the apps that I didn't absolutely need going, including Skype. So don't try to Skype me. I won't get it. If you need me, text me. Because Skype is shut down. I don't know. The software was buggy as crap right when we were starting. But now, knock wood, it's going okay. Sci-Fi Nation says, so many tabs, not enough heatsink fans. That could be another thing. It is a little warm in here. Wesley Crusher puts in some songs Wesley Crusher does a $2 super chat. Do Dear Bop before I have to go. Oh, okay, Wes. Okay. You got me. I'll do some Dear Bops before you have to go. Wesley puts in some music notes and says, you have too many tabs open. Now my computer don't run. I don't know how to put that sentence into a song, Wes. Have too many tabs open. Now my computer don't run. Maybe something like that. It sounds like a country song. Like instead of my pickup truck being broken, my computer don't run. I got too many tabs open. Computer don't run. Need a beer. I don't know. No, I don't need the guitar. Thank you. Thank you, Mama Pray. A lot of people said, congrats to you and everything. Sissel Pray. Resolute Germ says 50 tabs, maybe too many tabs. That is just dawning on you. It usually works. It usually works. Yosef says, Jitsi Lemons, appreciate you are thinking about me for fun content. We are at Cinnabons. Yes. Yes, right before stream started. Bradley Briggs is in love with something. I don't know what. Darth Maul says, Krogan internet at its finest. The buffering in the Empire. Well, that was a hardware issue. It wasn't a buffer. It wasn't a bandwidth issue. Sluggerville says, Qapla Pluggerville. Jitsi says, Sci-Fi Nation. It appears I need to turn my notifications for a lot since I don't have pop-ups as for them being live. Epic Beard says, Bird, are you trying to destroy another fan with 200 tabs open? I'm not trying to destroy it. Sci-Fi Nation is yelling, Space Lesbians. Yes. Jitsi says, Joseph, I was there for a while, but I left cause to write a rebuttal and ended up with not finding it afterwards. Got it. And Bradley Briggs says, the UN is a myth in Karoga like the Illuminati or healthcare. Thomas says he had no choice but to attack me. I know, from those space engineer days. I had no choice. I had to shoot Anti-Trekker in the back. He was attacking. Okay, we got some things there I'll look at later. Sci-Fi Nation says, Bird of Prey, I was robbed. My PC rebooted. Yeah, Sci-Fi Nation was in the game, but his computer gave out and he couldn't come back in. Thomas is son of a bitch. I'm sounding like Bird of Prey. You are. But I did promise Wesley we would do some Dear Bop. So I know I still have quite a few chats to go through. I'm at 4:08 at Thomas Potts's chat at 4:08 p.m. But let's head on over to Dear Bop and we'll do some. Now there's probably more because I haven't refreshed, but let's do, we got 1, 2, 3. We got 4 Dear Bops. We'll do those before Wesley leaves for work, hopefully. Dear Bop, I love you. She-male number 34. Excuse me. I don't ask every Karogan, what their gender is or what they express themselves as. So while it quite well might be possible that somewhere in the vastness of Karoga, there's a she-male or two. Okay? They're not mine. I don't own them. I have no real connection to them. They're free to be Karogans like anyone else. But I highly doubt we have 34 she-males in all of Karoga. That's a very big number for a nation our size. So I would put this as total fake news. Totally fake news. There we go. Dear Bop, since you are the man of the household, I would like to ask your permission for a hand in marriage of Sissel Prey, Momo. Momo, no, sorry. Sissel Prey does not want to marry you. Now, if other suitors were interested and you want to run it past me, I'd run it past her. And you don't know, maybe, she's had a lot of changes in her life in the last few days. Maybe she would be willing to overlook, someone's sci-fi habits these days, to have somebody there to help with nephew O'Prey and to, give her a good life and whatnot. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't talked to her, but maybe she's more open to these things. But Momo, no, you're not on the list. I'm sorry. Dear Bob, I hope you white wingers are happy. 125 million Americans are dead because Trump didn't stop this virus. F him, F you, 25th Amendment now. Trump is insane. Biden 2020. Help us, Joe. You're our only hope. Okay, so apparently earlier today, Joe Biden accidentally said that 125 or 126, 127 million Americans have been killed by the coronavirus. Now, when I looked it up, it's actually 126,000 Americans died by the coronavirus as of the last update. So my guess is he meant 1,000 and said million, which as Bidenisms go, honestly barely scratches the surface. He should have noticed the mistake as it left his mouth. He should have said 127 million. That's a third of the country at least. And he should have corrected himself. Okay. But in the passion of giving a speech, possibly, I don't know. I didn't see the context. I'm just saying I have far more forgiving of him confusing thousands with millions or hundreds of thousands with millions than many of the other things he's said over the years, right? Like the kids would crawl up his leg and touch his pears and stuff, and not knowing his wife from his sister, and telling the guy in the wheelchair to stand up, and things like that. To be honest, this particular one, yes, we're going to add it to the list because we're keeping a list because of all the stuff he says. But in reality, it's less worse than when Obama said he's visited all 58 states with 2 more to go, or 57 states with 2 more. That was just, people make mistakes. That one is not proof of anything, and it's kind of using it as a proof just kind of dilutes all the others that are much better. I would just not bring that one up anymore. Dear Bob, I'm officially done with this world. Goodbye. No name. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it doesn't mean what people sometimes take that to mean, but that sucks. Now, maybe by this world, you mean YouTube world or social media. So in that case, that's probably a very smart thing to do. I don't think anybody would blame anyone for leaving the social media world at this point, because it's just a giant mess. Yeah, if you need help or you want to talk and you've not yet left this world, and that's something, then please contact me on Twitter or bertopray5@aol.com or Discord or however, and we can talk a little bit. And there's always those numbers out there for people who need someone to listen. But I can listen. I can't do a hell of a lot, but I can listen. And I'm willing to if anyone needs that. So Hopefully, that was just somebody's idea of a bad joke. Okay. Here are the details. Dear Bop, cheater. You know what, Thomas? I didn't cheat. I beat you fair and square. Okay, and to be honest, it was easier than I thought. Dear Bop, beef rice-a-roni. God, I have so many boxes, but I hate them, so I'm going to trash them. You son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Somebody's been holding the beef rice-a-roni supply of the United States hostage, and I'm going to find out who it is. Dear Bob, hello. I've been waiting 2 days for the sex toys I ordered from you. Where the hell are they? I need them now. Where are they? We don't sell sex toys, so I don't know what you might have think you ordered. But A, I don't sell anything. And B, I certainly don't sell sex toys. Now, the birdopray5.com/stuff link, they sell some merchandise, with me, Sassy, the Jitsi picture. We got mugs, we got pillows, we got tons of t-shirts and stuff like that, but no sex toys. So I really don't know. I would suggest you go to the webpage you ordered it from and make a complaint there. Dear Bob, I think there is a global conspiracy between washing machine producers and sock manufacturers. I'm a proud owner of 100% single socks without the matching pair. What the heck is happening? Yeah, it's probably your washing machine or even your dryer. I've seen a lot of socks been eaten by dryers. They end up in the, right around where the drum spins. It's funny how that works. But this, I don't know about you, but I mean, when I used to buy socks, I would buy like 4 or 5 of the same pair, the same color, the same everything. So, I mean, who's to say if I was using one sock from one and one sock from another pair? So if I lost one sock, I wouldn't be out an entire pair. I could still, Okay, I guess if you lost 2, you'd still have an even number of socks. But buy in bulk. You really don't need too many different socks. I mean, in all your life, you probably only need 2 types of socks. Your dressy sock and your everyday sock. You probably don't need any other type. So, have 10 pairs of each and you should be set. Not really a big deal. Dear Bot, first time writer here. I normally don't do these, but here's the thing. My relationship with my girlfriend may be coming to a close. She hasn't been answering my calls. When she does, she claims she's always busy. I don't think she is seeing anyone else. Maybe she's just paranoid about the beer bug. Either way, I think things are ending soon. I'm sorry to hear that. No name or anything was given, which is fine. This is anonymous. But okay, I mean, you didn't ask a question. That's the thing. Do you want advice? Do you want a way to end it sooner? Do you want a way to make it not hurt as much? Do you want a way to avoid breaking up with her? You're asking, should you guys separate? I mean, there's so many things I could do with this. So let's assume my relationship with her girlfriend may be coming to an end. She hasn't been answering my calls, and when she does, she claims she's busy. Okay, well, let's say this. And again, it really depends like where she's living too. Because I mean, if she's in New York City, I don't think she'd be paranoid about the virus. Although maybe if she's smart, she is. I don't know. Because smarter people should be a little bit more paranoid about it. Especially in the parts of the country where it's getting worse. which I saw the counties in Arizona, California, Texas, and other states, that it's actually increasing. Now, I know you say, well, it always increases. And yes, the number of cases can only go up. The number of cases can't go down. But the rate at which it changes and the rate of increase is increasing in a number of counties, where it's decreasing in pretty much all of New York. And surprisingly, some other big cities. So I really don't know if they're telling us the truth or not. I'm erring on the side of I'm still concerned, but like Sis Pray, if she wanted to come by or live here again with the baby or any of that, she'd be more than welcome to. She's worried that we're worried about her bringing us the virus or something, when we've told her we really don't think that's going to happen. So, you know what? I'll tell you this. Send me a picture of your girlfriend and her number, and I will, I'll talk to her and decide if she's right for you or not. Whoever you are. Right. That'll be the way. In fact, I might be able to decide just from the picture, but just in case, send me a number or email or, I don't know, her Facebook or something, and I'll find out what I need. Dear Bop, what is Kuroga doing to fight white privilege? The background color of your Dear Bop messages is white, and this is unacceptable. I demand that something be done, or we will peacefully protest by launching fireworks at your house. Riotishly yours, a virtue signaling citizen. Hashtag Orphan Lives Matter. We are fighting white privilege by denying white privilege. Yes, I have chosen to unassociate myself from white privilege. I've renounced all privilege I might have otherwise had, and I have stopped getting, free. I have stopped White Castle hamburger, says Malpre. See, Malpre Malpre has also renounced all white privilege. So yeah, we're just the same as any other non-white family right now. So
that's my topic when I go on.
So yeah, we renounced any privilege. So there it goes. We are now one with the universe, and I thank you for asking about what we're doing to fight white privilege. So, there you go. It's white privilege, be gone. It's gone. It's gone. They took it.
It was gone 40 years.
Oh, Mama Pray says it was gone 40 years ago. Well, then now it's really gone. Dear Bob, I have a new girlfriend I met in a piano bar. We did not have sex yet, but I love her Adam's apple. It's bigger than mine. It is so fascinating. I do not need any advice. I just wanted to share my luck. You know what? Since you don't need any advice, I'm going to just leave that where it is. Not going to bring it up. Now we got an email from Thomas Potts directly. This part contains an attachment that cannot be displayed within this part. Source image. So he sent a picture. See the source image. Okay. And Thomas Potts sent me a photograph of beef rice-a-roni. Yeah, Mama Pray did do pretty good job of doing fake beef rice-a-roni. What did you use? The chicken rice-a-roni?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
The chicken
Instead of the chicken seasoning, she used beef bouillon
and a little garlic powder,
and garlic powder, onion powder. Whatever you used, it was pretty damn close. Thank you, Thomas. I assume you sent it as a peace offering. And Thomas Potts sent another message and says, Momo in Alexander. And again, it's a picture. Oh, look at that. So this was from the stream the other day. It appears Momo was in Alexander's room behind him. We didn't even notice it. I was too busy looking probably at Alexander's head. Yeah, I see. Look behind Alexander to the right. There it is. Momo was there the entire time. I'm shocked. Speechless. And I mean, this is obviously proof because it's a picture. You can't tamper with a picture like this. I'm a professional. I mean, I'm going to give it a scan and make sure that it's copy, use, yeah, print, edit. We're going to inspect it. Inspecting, and yep, it says that this is an unedited image. So there you go. That's a real picture from the stream the other day, and my stream the other day, Thursday, Open Lines Thursday. And Momo was sitting right there. I wonder if Alexander knew Momo was just a few feet away from him. Hell, Momo was waiting in his bed for him. In fact, we haven't seen Alexander yet today, have we? So, yeah. Could be. Momo might have gotten Alexander already. Okay. So, oh, and another Dear Bop. Dear Bop, you missed my half letter. You missed half my letter, the one about the girlfriend problems. Please read it again and scroll down. White privilege. First time writer. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Either way, I think things are ending soon. That's not why I'm writing you today. Oh, excuse me. The real reason is I have a friend that I dated very briefly, but then she moved and we stayed friends. She recently chatted with me, telling me about her crush she has with her female friend. She was asking for tips on how to be attractive to her. When I asked her what her friend's type was, she replied with describing me to the letter, and then she implied that if I come visit and help entice her friend into an evening of fun. What should I do, Bob? I don't think I could do anything like that. Please give me your advice on this. Non-writer, totally not Tom. New writer, totally not Thomas Potts. Yeah, Thomas, if somebody told you this, they're probably looking to kill you. So I would stay away, buddy. I would stay far away. Yeah, that's not real. I'm sorry. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. That's not real. I would probably, lay low for a while. Maybe get a hotel out of town for a few weeks. Wait till this whole thing mulls over. Your friend that you haven't spoken to in a long time, you might want to do a background check on them. I'm going to guess they're probably escaped from prison. So you might be able to get some type of reward if you turn them in. You'd probably have to be the bait, though. They're going to need you to say, yeah, you're going to meet them. And then the police will, watch you go in, and then they'll come in and they'll make the arrest. You'll have some type of code word that you can yell if things go sour. Like if you start yelling, Momo, Momo, then the police will know to come in and just, extract you, as they say. Because the whole thing, went down. But yeah, you could be looking at probably get a nice life and a witness protection somewhere. You're not going to be able to call yourself Thomas Potts. But the good news is you could still come to our streams. You just have to make up a new name and never mention you were Thomas Potts. Make up a fake name like Thomas Tops. No one will ever know. Well, I'm glad there was more to that than just the one thing. Oh, we got another one. Dear Bop, you're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into the wondrous lands whose boundaries are that of imagination. There's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop, the Twilight Zone. You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sight, of sound, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone. There's a fifth dimension beyond what is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It's in the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition. It lies between the pit of men's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone. All Rod Serling. Great timeless quotes of Rod Serling. And for those who did not see the Twilight Zone season 1, the very most offensive episode of that season is the very last episode, episode 10, because they literally reanimate the corpse of Rod Serling, bring him back like a holographic Tupac Shakur. And he is in the final episode of season 1 of Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone. And it's disgusting. It is disgusting. It would be like if Star Trek Discovery brought in the body of Leonard Nimoy to play future Spock, and they made him say things that he would never say. If they made Leonard Nimoy apologize to Michael Burnham for being a man, and that Michael Burnham, you're the future now, and that the needs of you, Michael Burnham, outweigh the needs of everyone. That would be exactly what it would be like, except that at least Leonard Nimoy's body isn't nearly as decomposed as Rod Serling's is. It was a terrible, terrible move. Okay. Oh, I know. Remember, we never finished our opening comments, so we got to go back to that. Oh, we got one more. Okay, one more. Dear Bop, wait. Is there a problem with my girlfriend from the piano bar? No. As long as you don't mind that she isn't actually a woman. Because the women typically don't have Adam's apples. That's typically only something that men have. Now, yes, men could transition to women. It's been known to happen. But my guess is if they have an Adam's apple, they probably have some extra equipment downstairs. You might want to ask before you go any further, but you seem so happy. I didn't want to spoil the surprise. Good luck, whichever you choose.
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant
Now there's a
Dax
woman
on DS9,
who doesn't have an Adam's
apple. And I
apple.
welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hail Karoga and hail Ezri Dax. I mean Nicole DeBoer. Okay, so we are way behind in chats now. Let me skip ahead and just do the Birdo Prey 5s. Darth Maul says Birdo Prey 5. The way you say you guys lost, did number 1 use loop? No, it's not like that, Darth Maul. We were just playing a friendly game. Okay, yes, we lost bad, but we didn't need loop. Sci-Fi Nation says Darth Maul, wouldn't you like to know? Oh, jeez. Oh, wow. And Sci-Fi Nation is lolling. Star Trek Nitpicker says season 1 couldn't get through it. Of Twilight Zone? Well, I don't blame you. It was not good. Season 1 was horrible. The only episode I liked from season 1, I believe, was episode 6, The Wonderkind. It was also by far the shortest episode at 36 minutes. And like season 1, almost every episode of season 2 is like, I don't know almost, but I have heard they're all longer episodes, like 45 to 50 minutes. So, to be honest, Twilight Zones need to be 30 minutes tops. The further you're away from a 30-minute episode, the suckier it is. So that is another thing they need to do a little better. They got to get those times down. And Sci-Fi Nation was space lesbians twice. Yes. Thomas wants the bird quotes video. I know, Thomas. I owe you guys the bird quotes video. Epic Beard says Bird is woke now. I knew it at the all those times he was hanging out with Anti-Trekker. No, I'm not woke. I'm just saying that there wasn't really anything woke in the first episode. And Thomas is unsubbing from Woke Bird. Orville Nation gave a super chat. Thank you again, Orville Nation. Who say congrats to Uncle Joe and Sis Pray and Mama Pray. Star Trek Nitpicker says hello to Orville Nation. Sci-Fi Nation says hi to PJ. Uncle Remus says wokeness equals brokeness. Brokeness sometimes just equals brokenness too. Fortean Barber's in the house, and he put in a link to armadafleetcommand.com. This bird, what? What is this? Oh, Birth of the Federation. Okay, I'll keep that tab open as long as it doesn't slow down my computer too bad, Fortean. I'll take a look at it later. Thomas Bot says, screw you, Biden. Wow, he knows my name. Sci-Fi Nation put a link to Captain Track's GoFundMe. You guys check that out if you got a couple extra bucks. Please help out our friend Captain Track. Number one, Sci-Fi looks to be putting in an SOS or something. Resolute Germ says you made him sound like an addict, Birdo Prey. See, this is what happens. I waited too long. I don't even know who I was talking about. Orville Nations and Star Trek Nitpickers. Hey, we are connected on Twitter. Congrats on your videos. Very cool. Thomas Potts is Birdo Prey. How nice of you, but sorry, I am not handing over Anti-Trekker without $87 million. Why $87 million? Wesley says, Birdo Prey, we are getting to Dear Bop. I have to head to work. Yes, Wes, I hope I got to him before you left for work. Robert Rose Jr. says, Rob Reiner from All in the Family is still a liberal meathead. Yeah. There was Joseph's request to play the unsubscribed sub, Ode to the Unknown Subscriber. We'll get to that a little later. Sci-Fi Nation says, we can't read Morse code, number one. Yeah, I mean, I forgot it. I learned it a little bit, and I've since forgotten. 14 Barber says, I didn't like Outer Limits. You know what? I didn't like Outer Limits either, but I'll tell you, it's because I don't like horror. Now, Twilight Zone's not horror. It's I don't know what it is, but it's not horror. Where Outer Limits is definitely a lot more horror than sci-fi. So I love the Twilight Zone, original Twilight Zone, but I never really got into Outer Limits. Everybody's like, oh, you should watch Outer Limits, watch Outer Limits. Well, I don't want to watch Outer Limits because Outer Limits is supposed to be horror, and I'm not really a fan of horror. Thomas Potts says, the Twilight Zone episode last year with the plane wasn't bad except their ending. It's also the last one I watched. Well, that was the first episode. Or the second episode. That was the second episode of last year, I believe. First or second. I'm not sure. One was the plane and one was the Pakistani comedian guy who in the skit in the episode, he sucked as a comedian. He couldn't get a break until he started doing something, and then he became famous. So he actually played a terrible comedian. So he was a good comedian playing a bad comedian in a terrible episode. Kind of blew my mind. Star Trek Nitpickers lost a sub on a video that got 1,687 views. At what point is it worth it? Well, I'd say at 1,687 views, it's certainly worth a sub or two. But now, did they say they left because of that video? Or did it just happen about the same time? Because YouTube is always unsubscribing accounts from people. They're deleting accounts all the time because they think they're bots. So you never know. Sluggerville says 4 downvotes. Yeah. Now we're 6 downvotes. Oh, well. Oh, well. It happens. It happens. You know what they say. Bed life. Bed life. Some people get their kicks downvoted in the stream, but I'm not going to let it get me down. Because this old bird, he keeps sticking around. Yeah. Yeah, sing it. Sing it, Piano Dean. Nobody can hear you, but sing it. Wesley Crushers and Bird of Prey. Thomas Potts said he wrote 10 Dear Bops. Wow, Wes, you're ratting out other people now. But I believe it. I would believe it. And Thomas says, Wesley, I told you I did like 3. Well, because Thomas, he knows you were probably lying. He knows to multiply everything you say by 3 and add 1. Sci-Fi Nation says, Pluggerville, what is CDT, Canadian Daylight Time? Alexander, crazy Quebecan Alexander, donates $2 Canadian. And says, Asian Muslim wife born in the USSR is the best choice. Alexander, did you see Momo was in your room, Alexander? Momo was there. He's coming for you. I would be careful. Just be careful. He might be under your bed right now. And thank you so much for the $2. The 2 Quebecan dollars. I know, I'm not going to call it that big sea country to the north of us. Fortian says, I need to toilet, but I can't be bothered. Well, Fortian, you could buy a wet dry vac, put some attachments on it. That'll help. If it's that type of toileting. Star Trek Nitpicker says, have too many tabs open. Now my computer don't run. My monitors are smoking. Computer days are done. There you go. There you go. Yes, Dear Bops. We did the Dear Bops. John DeMargo says, Momo discrimination. Sci-Fi Nation says, Momo has challenged you for Ciso Prey's hand, Bird of Prey. Well, the challenge is denied. Or lost, however. Mind Blown Watcher, Qapla Mind Blown Watcher says, send her gifts. Yes, if Momo sent Ciso Prey gifts, it might change her mind. I really don't know. I mean, it'd have to be big gifts. Or monetary gifts. Star Trek Nitpicker, she doesn't have to send them back. She can just put them in the trash if she doesn't want them. Star Trek Nitpicker says, nod to Nephew O'Prey in next USS New York. Oh, thank you so much, Star Trek Nitpickers. The USS Karoga, says Sci-Fi Nation. Wow, let's not get ahead of ourselves with a starship. Nitpicker says, great idea. Okay. Orville Nation says, Sci-Fi Nation, hail USS Karoga. Dan 20C says, that video was just about Twilight Zone. This video. No, this video is not just about Twilight Zone. It's about all the things we normally do on a bed life and the Twilight Zone. John DeMarco says, this video is the Twilight Zone. That's closer to it. Joseph says, looks like it does not matter who wins in November. The USA won't have a normal president either way. Well, Joseph, we've been doing okay with what we've got. Why rock the boat? Sci-Fi Nation says, use daddy, mommy, auntie. Uncle, daddy, mommy, auntie. What? Dan23 says, YouTube isn't giving me notifications. Lots of different channels want it. goes live, even though I have them all the settings on. I'm sorry to hear that, Dan. Although if you go to antitrigger.com, create an account, and then you watch the Bird will Pray 5 forum, the anti-trigger forum will try to email you if you choose to when you hit watch. The forum, it can email you when I go live or upload a video. Now, it's usually about 10 minutes later than YouTube's notification, but it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. I also almost all the time now tweet out when I'm going live. So if you follow me on Twitter, and grant you, you're probably not always checking Twitter, but I do tend to post it now. Sci-Fi Nation says, crap, I'll shut up now. Thomas Potts says, Bird of Prey, if any Biden supporters yells 25th Amendment now, they are morons. Well, whatever. I'm not going to get into it. 14 Bar versus Bird of Prey. She's probably found someone else and moved on. Yeah, I suspected as much. Captain Track says, Qapla, Bird of Prey, hashtag annual crystal skull for bird. To which I reply, hashtag STFU. Respectfully, STFU. There's not going to be any annual crystal skulls for bird. John DeMarco says, nailed it. Wesley Crusher says, Bird of Prey, I think you might have skipped some of that last Dear Bop. There was a slider bar on the side. Oh, Wesley, was that you? Was that you and your girlfriend, Wes? I'm so sorry. But the advice still stands. Send a picture and I'll let you know if it's worth it. Lord Thorne says, nice show, dude. Good to see you back. And Adam, thank you so much, Lord Thorne. I'm not exactly at 100% yet, but gotta get on sometime. After this, I will probably fall asleep. Lady Q says, hello, Bob. Hello, Lady Q. Qapla. Guys, by the way, if you want me to read your chat, put at BirdoPray5 in the chat. You don't have to pay. You don't have to super chat. But if you put at BirdoPray5 in the chat, it highlights it on my side, and I'll know that you really want me to read it, so I'll read it. Otherwise, it's hit and miss as to whether I'll read it or not. Dan23 says, does he not know who sent the email by the email address? Well, Dan, a couple of people have chosen to send me emails directly. Like, if you want to, you can send an email to dearbop@birdopray5.com. But if you want to be anonymous, which I strongly suggest, then if you just go to birdopray5.com in your web browser and you click on the link for Dear Bop, there's a form where you can type in your message and submit it. And if you submit it through that form, it's anonymous because there's no email address to show. So I don't know who sent it. Now, I mean, if you put in a death threat or something, then technically I could go to the server logs and I could see what IP address was connected to the server at the second email was sent. And I could possibly track it back to an IP address. But the reality of the situation is I'm not going to do that unless you send something that I have to call the FBI about, right? And there's only about 2 things I have to call the FBI about legally and ethically. So don't send any of those 2 things. And I don't intend to look up anybody's email address using server logs. Actually, I couldn't even be able to know your email address. I would only know your IP address. So for all practical purposes, it's anonymous if you use the messaging feature on birdopray5.com. Sci-Fi Nation, rock solid. We already did Dear Bops. Sci-Fi Nation says, I've been seeing a lot of people of color get pissed and denouncing SJW's virtue signaling and blacks saying white privilege is a hoax and to stop supporting BLM. Sorry, it's on YouTube. I'll shut up now. Joseph Patrick says, Dan, if you send the mail from your account, dear Bob. Yes, yeah, he sees it. That's just what I said. As to the BLM thing, by the way, I know there are people that feel on both sides of it, right? Anti-Tracker says Mrs. Anti-Tracker herself is a big proponent of BLM. Now, her interpretation of BLM, as Anti-Tracker has said, is not that Black Lives Matter more, it's just that Black Lives Matter too. And to be honest, had they use the phrase Black Lives Matter too from the very beginning, they would have 0.1% of the resistance that they have currently. Because the phrase Black Lives Matter was purposely chosen by people who wanted to separate us and divide us, and they were successful. Okay? Yes, a lot of good people, like Mrs. Anti-Tracker, have it in their head that Black Lives Matter is a positive message, and they don't see the problem with it. But there's a lot of good people who also see the term Black Lives Matter, and frankly, some people behind that also subscribe to it or claim to subscribe to it, and they do use it as a call that Black Lives Matter more than anyone else's. And so it's caused division. Now, if they had used Black Lives Matter too, or All Lives Matter, 99% of us wouldn't have any problem with it. I would be supporting it as much as I could. Like, I'd put it in my Facebook, whatever. I'd put my avatar at it. Whatever I could do to support it, I would be doing. If it was either of those, All Lives Matter or Black Lives Matter too, absolutely. I completely agree. But being what was chosen, I can't fully support it because it's putting one above the other. When, as much as you say that was not the intention doesn't matter at this point. What's, like Spock said, what you've chosen is whatever. What's relevant. What's happened is what's relevant. And what's relevant now is that it doesn't mean what people wanted it to mean or thought it means. Thomas Potts with $1.99 super chat. Please show Alexander proof Momo is in his house. Alexander, this may be disturbing. This might be a bit disturbing to you. But let's see. There you go. This was a screenshot, Alexander, taken from yesterday's stream. And as you can see, I didn't notice it at the time, but Momo was right there on your bed, Alexander. Now, I know you're going to say this is a fake image, but I inspected the element of it with my browser, and it came back as a non-modified image. This has not been photoshopped in any way. So Momo was in your bed yesterday watching you. Probably while we were talking about Fruity Pebbles. So I don't know what to tell you, Alexander. Obviously, you slept last night. I assume you weren't attacked or anything in your sleep, which is good. But just be aware that Momo's out there. Momo has infiltrated your house, and I don't know what that means for you, but
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hail Karoga. Thank you again, Nicole. So Sci-Fi Nation says Birdaroni, the Karogan treat. Thomas Potts says, Bird of Prey, I'm far too lazy to write all that. Okay. Sci-Fi Nation says, a lazy man from Pennsylvania. Who would have thunk it, Thomas? Wow. We're going to have another civil war in here. John DeMarco says, Bird of Prey skipping chats is white privilege. No, it's YouTube privilege. Mind Blown Watcher says, not a ladyboy. Well, that's good to hear, I guess. I mean, it doesn't make personal difference to me. Piano Dean says, I just could not make myself watch Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone. I gave it a shot, but it's just pure poop. It is Piano Dean. I feel like I'm watching it just so you guys don't have to. And Star Trek Nitpicker says, a fair number of women have Adam's apples, actually. I looked it up once. I don't know. I honestly can't say I've noticed. I can't say the last time I noticed a woman with an Adam's apple. It's very possible, but I just, let's put it this way. If I saw pronounced Adam's apple, I would be hesitant. I don't care what the books say. Yes, it's creator privilege, Sci-Fi Nation. Absolutely. Dr. Alex is Qapla, Bird of Prey. Congratulations to you and your expanding family. Thank you, Dr. Alex. And I know that's not a fat joke. That is we have a new member of the family joke. Sci-Fi Nation says, that's just racist to even say, John DeMarco. Captain Track says, for T and Barber, awesome. I guess I missed it. People are reeing because of racism. Captain Track says, who is giving Nephew O'Prey a thumbs down? At least it's not the shitty Risk game again. Oh, Captain Track. Oh, now we're down to 5 thumbs downs. We got one thumbs down erased. Dan23 says, there's a rumor that Star Trek Discovery Season 3 may not use the Universal Translator so much. You know what? I mean, I suppose it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility to say that in 1,000 years, language has changed so much, they might not be able to translate it well. However, we've already seen scenes where Michael Burnham and Discovery people are communicating with people from the future perfectly fine. So I don't know that they could use that excuse. But that would have been a perfect excuse if they wanted to kill the Universal Translator. They could have said, well, there's been 1,000 years of changes to languages, all languages, and Universal Translator is just not able to, can only translate every other word or something now. That would have been a good thing. But now, since we've already seen people talking perfectly fine, like language hasn't changed in the few scenes we've seen, I don't think they could use that excuse anymore. I mean, the Universal Translator has always been a problem in Trek. Okay? It's one of the things that we give a pass on, especially me. I give a pass on in early Trek. I mean, in Little Green Men, the DS9 episode, Quark and Nog and Rom go back in time, and their Universal Translators break, and so they can't communicate with the early humans until they fix them. And we find out that only one party needs a Universal Translator, right? So not that both party needs the translator, just one party needs a working translator. And then everybody can hear everybody. So that's one problem. The second problem is Klingons, and occasionally, Romulans and other races. It seems like they're speaking English, but whenever they want a Klingon word to be said, they just say it, which makes zero sense. Like if you're talking to Klingons in English and saying, yes, and have a good battle, and Qapla, the computer should say, have a good battle, success. That's the translation of Qapla. But of course, we've known since the beginning of Trek that they just throw in Klingon words when they want to. So it has nothing to do with a translator. So honestly, I'm not gonna make my stand on Universal Translator being a problem for Discovery. Like, they have so many more problems than your universal translator. And if you bring up the universal translator as a problem, they're just going to say, well, you didn't bring it up as a problem in TNG or DS9 or Voyager, right? I mean, Voyager shouldn't have been able to talk to anyone in the Delta Quadrant, right? How does Voyager know how to translate Kazon or Qapla immediately? I don't know. I mean, those languages should be so different from Alpha Quadrant languages. It should have no idea how to translate them. But they could immediately. They could talk to the Qapla. They could talk to the caretaker. They could talk to the Kazon. That's not how the universal translator is supposed to work. So whatever. Let's not get into universal translators. John DeMarco would say that Twilight Zone is suspense.
Our best estimates place us some 4 hours from Earth.
And Aravic Sander Qapla Aravic, I hope I'm getting your name right, Aravic. If I'm not saying Arabic correctly or Sander, please let me know, because you've been giving super chats every stream now for a while, and I thank you very much. I just hope Aravic Sander donated $2 to super chat, says we need the Babelfish. Ew, yeah, I think I'd rather have the universal translator than the Babelfish. Star Trek Nitpicker says the 90s Outer Limits was great, better than the original. Yeah, I haven't seen any of them. I think I saw a few original Outer Limits. Sci-Fi Nation says, Captain Track, why all the game stream hate? He just doesn't like Risk. He doesn't like Risk. And everybody's entitled to their opinion, right? It's not saying that it should be carrying garbage. He's saying it should be hauled away as garbage. Well, don't you think you want to change your words there, laddie? No. Uncle Remus says, will CBS drop STD season 3 at once like Twilight Zone? You know, Uncle Remus, that's a good question. So for those
up the damn elevator.
Alexander Quebecan has just donated another $2 Canadian through Super Chat. Quebecan through Super Chat, and says universal support for eating in his bedroom. I absolutely support your right to eat in your bedroom, Alexander. Hell, I eat at my bed all the time. In fact, maybe I'll eat something right now. I should eat soon to take my pill, but I'm okay for the next few minutes. Thank you again, Alexander. So for those who don't know, Twilight Zone was another CBS All Access show, is another CBS All Access show. And right after Discovery Season 1 ended, Twilight Zone Season 1 began. And they released it once a week, like they did Discovery. And then Discovery Season 2 happened. I'm sorry. I think Twilight Zone began after Discovery Season 2. Yeah. Twilight Zone came right after Discovery Season 2. Twilight Zone Season 1 premiered. And they released it once a week like Discovery Season 2. Now, this year, Twilight Zone Season 3 premiered, but they dumped all 10 episodes at once instead of doing them once a week, which is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense because CBS Access's whole idea is to make people subscribe for weeks at a time to get people to spend more money. And to be completely frank, is the only reason I subscribe to CBS All Access now is to watch Star Trek new episodes or Twilight Zone new episodes. And had they released them weekly, I would have had to be subscribed for 3 months to get all the episodes. But now I'll watch all those episodes inside the 1 month I paid for. So I will cancel CBS All Access before this month is up unless they start releasing Star Trek, which I don't think they're going to do. So they're going to lose money. But the question is, now that they've gone to just releasing Twilight Zone at once, scoop, are they going to do the same for Discovery? And I mean, if they did, you see, it's tough. As a YouTuber, I want them to release it weekly because I want to be able to review it. I want to have that, those streams with Anti-Tracker. where we watch it live and then we talk about it. And, whether they release it at 3 in the morning or 3 in the afternoon or 10 at night, I want it to come out at the same time so we can all watch it together and we can all comment together. If they release all 10 at once, like they did with this Twilight Zone, it sucks for a YouTuber. Because I'm gonna do a review of this first episode, but after that, I don't know if I'm gonna do a review of the whole season or individual episodes or what. And Alexander puts in another $2 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Alexander. Says everyone wants MCU Aunt May naked right now, right this second. Yes, I think so, Alexander. I think I'm going to tweet to President Trump that he's going to use his executive powers to get Marissa Tomei, have her dress as MCU Aunt May, and then have her undress on stage for everyone to watch, because everyone wants to see that per your request. I don't know. I think there's a 50-50 shot it might happen. Marlena Monroe is in the house. Ayu! Aru! Welcome, Marlena. I assume you're aruing with Sassy. Sci-Fi Nation says, make sure you're still subscribed or ring that bell, peeps. Thank you. Thank you. Star Trek Nitpicker says, the Twilight Zone with the plane was a plane crash at the end. Literally and metaphorically, the Shatner version was so much better. It was. And also better was the movie version, although it wasn't as good as the Shatner version. But that was the third time they did that episode. Though, really, this new episode had nothing in common with the first, except that they put a doll of the gremlin was in the wreckage of the plane. Captain Trax and Sci-Fi Nation, Risk is a boring, lame, stupid, and pisses me off with a good stream changes to Risk, and not a game stream hate, just Risk hate. So you like other games like Jack in the Box. Sci-Fi Nation, Bed Life, it's a stream by Berto Prey. Bunch of subs in April, lost them in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune when I'm on someone's channel in June. Bed Life. Yeah, I need to stop singing. Pluggerville is lolling at Alexander. Star Trek Nitpicker says, YouTube analytics showed me that the video has one unsub. It was off topic for me. I'll have to win them back. Oh, I'm sorry, Star Trek Nitpickers. You see, one way to avoid that is to not look at your analytics ever, like me. I gotta check my analytics maybe once every 6 months. Thomas Potts says, Alexander, Momo was behind you in the last stream. Yes, he had the picture. Roxas says, what's this bullshit going live an hour early unsubbing? And I did most of the Dear Bops already. Actually, I went live at 5 p.m. Eastern, a little after, which is the normal time for me. No Crystal Skull. Sci-Fi Nation Berta Prey, read this. No, it worked. John and Rebecca Mamane, hail Berto Prey 5, hail Josh and Rebecca. Star Trek Tronics says, Berta Prey, you need a quest host. A quest host? No, I don't need a quest host. Joe Biden donated $1. No one wants Momo, MCU Aunt May, or Asian Muslim wife, and eat at a dinner table like a normal person. Joe Biden has some strong feelings for that. You're going to lose some votes. Wait, I don't think Alexander can vote in the United States. So, yeah, maybe he could, but he's not supposed to. A quest host. Is that a Dungeons and Dragons thing? I've never actually played Dungeons and Dragons, Surf. Yeah. So you needed friends to play Dungeons and Dragons. I never had any. Not enough. And by the time I had friends, we didn't want to play Dungeons and Dragons. Marlena says, is Anti-Trekker harassing you again, Bird? Not really, Marlene. Oh, let's put it this way. Anti-Trekker continuously harasses me. It's not any worse than normal. And in truth, Anti-Trekker had a procedure on his back yesterday, so I'm purposely taking it easy on Anti-Trekker this week. Okay, but next week, we will be putting Anti-Trekker on trial for several crimes he's admitted to over the years. Rock Solid is wanting Dear Bop. Again, he missed most of them. Sci-Fi Nation's Rock Solid spam Dear Bop on your behalf. Please feel free to continue. Wow. The hashtag. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, this is BS. You don't start streaming until 4 p.m. Central, unsubbing. What time did I start streaming? Oh, I guess it was before 5 p.m. It's only 5:26. How long have I been streaming? An hour and 25 minutes?
It went on at 4.
I went on at 4? Holy crap, I'm sorry. I thought I went on at 5. Huh. I guess you're right, Rock Solid. I did start streaming a little early. That's live. Oh, I'm sorry. Bed life. Well, Rock Solid, to be honest, I've said that it's been, my start time is 5 p.m. plus or minus an hour. So 4 p.m. is always a possibility. Star Trek Nitpickers just bought a bunch of Star Trek comics online, including reprints of the first ever Star Trek comics. Interesting. I'm not a comic fan, personally. I mean, I read the Picard comics just so I could review them, but the only comic I ever enjoyed as a kid was Garfield, and that's not really a comic. Not like a comic book comic. Alexander says Black Lives Matter. I'm sure they do, Alexander. I'm never saying they don't. It's just the relative position of them. Everybody's life matters equally. LDG Pixels. Oh, no, there goes that theory. Says Bird of Prey, I figured out how to update your stream name and profile image on Risk. Awesome, LDG. I mean, I don't need to update mine because mine's already perfect, but if anyone else needs it, I will send them your way. Star Trek Nate Picker says, yes, Bird, we are divided and conquered. We are indeed. We are divided people. Tiki of Doom says, pardon my Turtistani. It's okay. Sci-Fi Nation says, human lives matter. Absolutely. And so do puppy lives. Just to be clear. Sassy, I'm not saying you don't matter. Mike Richards says green lives matter and puts in an alien face. Human lives matters, right? Human life matters. Earth life matters. And then we'll get some alien that's going to come around and start protesting. Dan23 says, I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I think I did that one pretty good, Dan. Nobody's clapping. You're clapping on the inside. Mama Pray is clapping. Well, one hand clapping. I wish I could play just that commercial. I don't have it queued up as just that one. John DeMarco says, LDG, I have been able to get on my stream picture to show up Risk. How do you do it? Yeah. Spill the beans, LDG. It's perfect harmony, says Sci-Fi Nation. Son of a bitch. Alexander says, Bird of Prey. I'll not tolerate any more Momo the Challenger. Went too far. This is war. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Momo. That was the wind. That was the wind. Momo, take cover, Momo. Alexander is going to come, and he's got butcher utensils. The special in Canada is going to be Momo meat next week. Momo sausage. Momo balls. Not Jesus Christ. Momo meatballs is what I meant. Not take your minds out of the gutter. Can't even have fun. Nicole DeBoer is still act. I think she does. I think she does. That might be the Amazon delivery. I'm not sure. Rock Solid says Bird of Prey supports video game piracy. Rock Solid, I don't. The Life with Matthew himself said that there's legal the legal ROM community.
Indications negative at this time.
And Alexander donates another $2 Canadian. We all want Demora Sulu naked right now. You pick some unusual people to want naked, Alexander. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna say no, but do you think you'd pick other people ahead of them? Tiki of Doom says Ann Coulter has one. Okay, I don't know of what we're talking about. An Adam's apple. Well, I stick by my initial. I would still hesitate. I would still hesitate. Jeff Franklin says Rockstar Productions Clono Prey 5 supports many illegal things. Jeff, there's no such thing as Clono Prey 5. Sci-Fi Nation's Rockstar, don't get mad, get better at marketing. Dr. Alex says, wow, I thought he'd missed it. LDG says, John DeMarco, click settings, scroll, log out, and then back in with the Steam options. And Momo just donated $1. Thank you, Momo. And says, we all want Alexander naked right now. Right now. No, we don't. Okay, Alexander, do not take this challenge. Do not take this challenge from Momo. We don't want to see you naked. For God's sakes, next time you're on one of our streams in your bathrobe, please leave it on. Okay? For the love of all that is holy, please leave on your bathrobe the next time you're on a stream with us and you're just in your bathrobe, which happens quite often. We don't want to see you naked. Okay? Even if Demora Sulu and your Asian Muslim wife from USSR and MCU Aunt May naked, even if they all come into chat and they say, we want to see you naked, don't do it, Alexander. Don't do it. Dan23 says, if there was a new civil war in America, would it be organized or just people running around weapons? It would just be people running around looting and shooting and smashing up things they don't like, because it's not we couldn't do it under geography. It wouldn't be north versus south or east versus west or even entire state versus entire state. We are so divided. We're divided within our own cities and states and municipalities. It would literally just be total chaos. We wouldn't even think of it as a war, because there would be no sides. It would just be like every person for themselves, which is, quite sad. We wouldn't end the fighting until a more powerful enemy came in to enslave us all. And then we'd stop fighting. And to be frank, we'd probably deserve it at that point. Thomas Potts is heading out. See you later. Take care, Thomas. Marlena says later to Thomas. And Sci-Fi Nation says to take care as well. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, did you see the news from StreamYards today? StreamYards now supports mobile hosting. You can go live on iPads and phones and Android devices. That's sweet. Yes, it is. So for those who don't know, StreamYard is what I use whenever I have multiple people on the stream. Nerdcock, Doomcock, Nerdcock. Wow. Nerdrotic, Doomcock, Anti-Tracker, Mead. Everybody's using StreamYards. DJ Odyssey, Sci-Fi Nation. Everybody, number one, Sci-Fi. Everybody's been using StreamYards for months now. But you had to use it through a computer if you were hosting. If you were starting the stream, it had to be on a computer. Now you can start the stream on a cell phone, which means that YouTube doesn't let you stream on a cell phone unless you have 1,000 subscribers. But this will mean you can get around that. So if you want to stream from YouTube with that less than 1,000 subscribers from your cell phone, now all you need is to sign up for StreamYard, and you can start your stream via StreamYard through your cell phone, and you'll be all set. You won't need that 1,000 subscriber minimum. Alexander puts in another $2 Canadian and says, rock solid support nothing, not even TOS, and sick faces. Yes, that is true. Rock Solid doesn't even support the original series, and it makes me sick as well, Alexander. Makes me sick. Rock Solid. Sick in the stomach, in the heart, and the brain. Dan 23 says, Bird of Prey, forever expanding. Forever expanding. Ever and ever and ever. Ah, Jesus Christ. Forever. There we go. John DeMargo says, thanks to LDG. Where are we? Sci-Fi Nation says, I got something Hoshi can translate. Just say, says Sci-Fi Nation. Dan 23 says, Bird of Prey, do you want a Star Trek where you have to read more subtitles on the screen? Not particularly, Dan. I don't. But I didn't think that the fact that the Universal Translator was broken meant you had to read more subtitles. In fact, that really doesn't make any sense, because what would be the point of talking if nobody can understand it? Now, see, season 2 of Discovery did get something right. I'm not saying season 2 of Discovery was good, but they did get a couple of things right? Like the people screamed out and said, idiots, we don't know the names of anyone on the bridge. So the first episode, they did a shout out so everybody would say who they were. The problem was we still didn't give a shit about anybody on the bridge. So even though everybody said their name, nobody remembered who any of those people were for the most part. So that was just useless. But they also finally, instead of having Klingons speak in Klingon for the entire scene, they would have them start out speaking in Klingon, and then they would translate it. So then they started speaking English, and the subtitles switched to Klingon as a way to let us know that they were actually speaking Klingon, but we were just hearing it in English as a convenience. So if they go with that method in season 3, that's perfectly fine. The aliens can still be speaking alien speak, but as a convenience to the audience, we see some type of symbol or something happens on the screen so that we know we're hearing it in English as a convenience to us, but they're still supposed to be speaking, Rigelian or whatever the hell they're speaking in Discovery Season 3. Captain Trax says, Bird of Prey, which gives you more money, YouTube or Streamlabs? Well, if the question is which takes less fees, Streamlabs, because if you wanted to give a donation to the channel, you can either do it through a YouTube super chat, or you could go to the link to my Streamlab account that's in the description, which is streamlabs.com/birdofprey5. Now, Streamlabs is not to be confused with StreamYard, what I spoke about earlier. But Streamlabs is another way of getting donations instead of super chats. So Streamlabs just puts it through PayPal. And so even if you have a credit card, they'll put it through PayPal. PayPal takes only like 10%. Whereas, actually, I think it's less. I think it's like 3% plus like 50 cents or something, or 25 cents. Whereas YouTube takes a flat 30%. So for anything $2 and more, YouTube, it's definitely more money I get if you use Streamlab. Okay, and if it was a big one like $10 or $20, then it's substantially more if you use Streamlab. But if it's $1, it really doesn't make a difference. Except that if you put $1 in on YouTube, you can't put in any text. $1 super chat on YouTube doesn't let you put in any text. So, I mean, for all purposes, if you want to write a message, you should better off using Streamlab. If you just want to make $1 or $2 donation, you can do it through either one. But as to where I get more money from in the end of any month, it's truthfully probably YouTube, because YouTube, bundles all the money into one transaction that I get like a month and a half later. Whereas Streamlab, it's each transaction is an individual transaction that I get immediately. So, that's just, it's hard to say. Certainly, for 99% of the time, Streamlab would give me more money, but I know YouTube is easier for most people, and I'm not about to say don't use YouTube and use Streamlab. If you prefer to use YouTube, I'll take what I can get. I'll take what I can get. I'm not gonna argue about it. But if you're asking, yeah, technically Streamlab is probably better off. Sorry that took so long to say. I should have just said, yes, Streamlab. And Sci-Fi Nation says basically the same thing. Paj Kranksk says, no, Twilight Zone was terrible. I agree. Page Kransk. Paige, if I'm saying your name wrong, please let me know. You're right. I agree. Twilight Zone was terrible. Season 1 was terrible. And season 2 is starting off bad as well. Paige says, it's so hard to only buy DVDs anymore. So sad. I'm sorry. And yeah, if you're outside the United States, by the way,
Could take weeks, sir.
I don't know where you even get to see Twilight Zone because it's only on CBS All Access, as far as I know. And John Iraqi donated $1 through Super Chat. Thank you, John Iraqi. You see, now he did it through YouTube, which thank him, but he doesn't get to put a message in because it was only $1. Now, if he took that same $1 and put it in through Streamlab, not only would he have a higher chance of getting Kissing Dax, but he could put in a message too. And a fairly long message compared to the Super Chats, which are 50, 100, or 150 characters, depending on how much money you put in. That's not what I set, by the way. That's set by YouTube. Captain Trax says, sci-fi, I know, but Bird of Prey to say to everyone knows. Okay. Qapla Carlo says, Bird of Prey. Bravo episode of The Clown on the Wing was funny. Bravo episode of Clown on the Wing was funny. Oh, Jay Honey. Bravo. Johnny Bravo episode of The Clown on the Wing was funny. I've never seen Johnny Bravo, Carlo. I'm sorry, but I take your word for it. Robert Rose says, Anti-Trekker, Bird of Prey, and others should play World of Warships. I downloaded World of Tanks, I think, once, and World of Planes or Warplanes. It was okay, but I really don't like their entire business model, Robert Rose. I don't like the freemium, pay for upgrade business model of those games. I'll be damned if I'm going to pay $100 via microtransactions to get a game that I should have been able to buy for $20 outright. That's my problem with it. Now that said, am I totally against those games? No, but I'm not going to jump on any of them. John Aragi just donated $2 through Super Chats and said, what are the fees off the top for each? Okay, the fees off the top for YouTube is 30%. So 60 cents of that $2 went to YouTube for that $2 Super Chat. The fees off the top for Streamlab is just the PayPal fee, which I believe is 25 cents plus 3% of the total transaction. So on $1, that's virtually the same. That's 25, 26, 27, 28 cents. So it's still, I would technically, on $1 transaction, I get 28 cents taken in fees on Streamlab and 30 cents taken in fees on YouTube. But on a $2 transaction, it's 60 cents on YouTube and only 32 cents on Streamlab. So that's where you can see as the money value goes up, Streamlab becomes much more. Streamlabs gives much higher percentage of the money. So, I mean, listen, guys, the main point is if you've got money to donate and you want to donate it, I am thrilled to get it any way you want to send it. It's not, they're both options. Use whichever one you feel more comfortable with. I will tell you this, YouTube does not let me refund it. YouTube does not let me. If you make a mistake on YouTube and you accidentally send me $500 instead of $5, you're shit out of luck. Hopefully your credit card company will do something for you because YouTube will not. We've seen this happen. But if you send it through Streamlab, and you accidentally send me $500, I can refund that. So now please don't send me big amounts and then say to refund it, because that'd just be shitty and annoying, and eventually I'll stop doing it. But, God forbid you made a giant mistake. I technically can refund it through PayPal. I have no power to refund through YouTube. Alexander donates another $2 Canadian super chat. Jeff Franklin wants Crystal Skull for Bird, annual Crystal Skull for Bird. A lot of people want it, Alexander, but you know what? I want a lot of things too in life I'm never going to get. We just got to deal with it. We got to deal with disappointment. Surf Trektronics. Did I call you Star Trektronics before? I think I did. Surf Trektronics is Bird of Prey. The UT can translate any unknown alien language. Just needs more time to decode syntax. Yet they decoded Qapla and Kazon on the very first transaction. Sci-Fi Nation says, Bird of Prey, you actually went live at 4 p.m. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize, Rock Solid. Nobody? Okay. Nobody. It comes up wireless caller. Sometimes it's my nurse. Sometimes it's nobody. And I apologize. Yes, I did go live at 4. My bad. I mean, I don't apologize for going live at 4. I apologize for not knowing I went live at 4. Resolute Germs is Bird of Prey. He said guest host, not quest host. Sorry about that. To whatever that was in reference to. Rox Oz is Bird of Prey. You're normally not even at Dear Bop. I know, but Wesley paid me to do it early because he wanted to see some before he went to work. And don't worry, Rock Solid. I see we have a few more Dear Bops. So before I end the stream, we will go to the rest of the Dear Bops. Yosef says, I appreciate your earlier stream, Bird of Prey. You made one subscriber happy. Well, thank you, Yosef. I apparently made one subscriber upset too. Jeff Franklin says, Bird of Prey, how is Clone O'Prey 5? There's no such person, Jeff, so I can't answer your question. Sci-Fi Nation says, that's life. It's bed life. No. That's what Sassy says. Aroo, aroo, aroo. Aroo, aroo. Aroo. 47 Yorktown says, hashtag no rest for the wicked. And DJ 48 hour stream. Yes, guys. Tonight or tomorrow night? Tonight. DJ Odyssey is beginning his 48-hour live stream attempt. I say attempt because he may not get there, but he's going to start streaming tonight and stream for the next 48 hours. Every 12 hours or so, starting a new stream so that YouTube doesn't lose the content. Because if you stream for more than 12 hours, YouTube just throws out anything that happened before the 12 hours and only saves the final 12 hours of a stream. So he's going to start, I don't know, like 8 tonight or something, I believe. And he's going to go to like 8 in the morning. Then he'll switch to a new stream but he'll be continuously streaming. He'll start a stream and then he'll go for another 12, another 12, another 12 for 48 hours. Certainly drop in on him, hang out with him as much as you can. Mamo Pray is going to be on his channel tomorrow, sometime during the daytime hours. She's going to come without an avatar. She's going to come up and she's going to be a guest on his channel at some point tomorrow. I'll tweet it out when I know what time she's going to go on. Yeah, we don't know what time yet. Nor does she know how long she'll be there. But at some point tomorrow, she will go on. That was a promise she made to DJ. So if you have not yet subscribed, subscribe to DJ Odyssey. Now, he is going to be streaming all day, all weekend. So tomorrow is Cinema Saturday. It's History of the World Part 1. Probably going to start around 2 p.m. Eastern or so. It's when I generally start. I'll update you guys if it's going to be different. But yeah, DJ is going to be streaming through Cinema Saturday. So if you guys want to hang out at DJ stream, feel free to do so. If you want to come to Cinema Saturday, you feel free to do that. If you want to go to both, you can do that. And if you want to go to neither, of course you can do that. But all weekend he's going to be streaming. So if you want to stream yourself and you're normally streaming, or you want to stream for the first time, don't feel like I can't stream because DJ's streaming. He knows he's doing a 48-hour stream, and people can pick who they want to go to, and that's just the way it is. So I totally support DJ's 48-hour stream. I intend to be there as much as I can, but obviously I won't be there during Cinema Saturday because we'll be doing my own stream. And honestly, I want to work on this. Twilight Zone review over the weekend, so I obviously won't be there all day. And that is Amazon delivering our food. So I'm going to turn off the camera. 1 minute! Thank you! You had to knock on the door. Yeah, the camera's off. John DeMarco, hashtag clapping for Bird. Captain Trex is Bird of Prey. Wow, you did amazing singing now. Oh, thank you, Captain Trek. And Sci-Fi Nation is also clapping for Bird of Prey singing. See. Epic Beard says Momo Balls, Bird of Prey 2020. I did say it. And Captain Trex is Bird of Prey. Oh my God, I am laughing so hard. Momo Balls on sale. Like Momo meatballs, Momo sausage. Sausage and ball. Oh, Jesus. Hashtag wax Momo's balls, says 47 Yorktown. No, the hashtag is wax the furry. Wax the furry. John DeMarco is vomiting. Wow. Sci-Fi Nations is Bird of Prey. I might have to do a karaoke pre-warm-up to DJ's 48-hour stream tonight. You sing good. Thank you, Sci-Fi Nation. What'd you say?
Don't turn the camera on.
No, I'm not going to turn the camera on until you're ready. Captain Drake says, for God's sakes, no Alexander naked ever. Exactly. No. A wall fell. Just the cardboard wall Mama Prey puts up. Not that she even needs to, but just in case she wants to go out the side door. Dr. Alex says, wow, I went away and watched another video between posting. I thought he missed it, and Bird singing it. There you go, Dr. Alex. We aim to please. Sean DeMarco is vomiting. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. The Epic Beard says Nerdcock 2020. Yeah, I said it. Captain Trax says Bird of Prey watches Nerdcock. Surf Trictronics, did you say turd cock? No, I didn't say turd cock. Sci-Fi Ninja's Bird of Prey likes nerd cock confirmed. Oh, jeez. Joseph Patrick says, I'm looking for a channel's name, Nerdcock. Did not cross my mind, but it might ask you for ideas, Bird of Prey. You should totally take the channel name Nerdcock if it's available. Absolutely, Joseph. Yeah. Jeff Franklin puts an annual crystal skull for Bird about 10 times. Sci-Fi Nation has crushed the crystal skull. Captain Track is now doing it. Alexander says, rock solid with all the shopping centers you put in your rectum. Wow. How you're responsible for many deaths of innocent customers. Alexander, that's not nice. I didn't see what rock solid might have said, but that's not nice. Joseph says, what kind of fish is made of 2 sodium atoms? A tuna. A2NA. RDRR. Oh, speaking of The Simpsons. This was posted on my Discord, and I almost missed it. Oh, that is the wrong. There we go. For those old Simpsons fans, you remember the season 7 episode where Bart wants the latest video game, Bone Crusher, which was inspired by Mortal Kombat. But he instead gets Lee Carvalho's putting challenge. And this is an actual...
Welcome to Lee Carvalho's putting challenge. I am
Oh, shit.
Carvalho. Now choose a club.
This is an actual working video game of Lee Carvalho's putting challenge from The Simpsons. So the goal of this game is to putt. So you have to choose a putter. Choose your club.
You have chosen a putter. Now enter the force of your swing. I suggest feather touch.
But we want to do power drive.
You have entered power drive. Now push 7, 7, 8 to swing.
Okay, now that's not really right, but...
Would you like to play again?
Of course we want to play again.
Welcome to Lee Carvalho's putting challenge. I am Carvalho. Now choose a club.
Okay, we're going to do 3 wood, even though we're supposed to be putting.
You have chosen a 3 wood. May I suggest a putter?
No, we don't want a putter.
3 wood. Now enter the force of your swing. I suggest feather touch.
No, we want power drive.
You have entered power drive. Now push 7, 8, 7 to swing.
No, camera's off. Yeah.
Ball is in. Parking lot. Would you like to play again?
No.
You have selected no.
And that's it. If you're an old time Simpsons fan, you get how hilarious that game is. Oh, let me give you the address. It is in my Discord, but just in case anybody wants to go play it, it's there too. It's fun. There's not a hell of a lot more to it, and I'm still not on camera. There's not a hell of a lot more to it, but it's interesting. We'll say that. And you know what? What we'll do is we'll take a break. I'm going to put on Ode to the Unknown Subscriber for Joseph in memory of Joseph's lost subscriber. And I will be back in a minute or two. Howdy, YouTube. This here is Birdo Prey 5. And I've got an original song for you today. It's called The Ode to the Unknown Subscriber. And it was written by me. One sad morning. Goes a little bit like this. I woke up this morning and opened my channel. Every day is a battle. Every sub more important than branded cattle. But this morning when I checked my stats, I was shocked, I was saddened, I was surrounded by bats. A YouTuber lives and dies by his numbers, always editing, always avoiding the blunders. But last night a mistake I must have made, 'cause I lost a subscriber. I'm a failure to my trade. Where did my subscriber go? Why did he leave? I mean, it could have been a chick, but no. Why did my subscriber leave? Did I insult them? Did I make fun of something they believe? Are they angry? Are they hurt? Was there anything I could have done not to get burnt? When will my subscriber return? I can change, I can improve, I can even feel the burn. They're gone, they're never coming back. I need to move on, cut myself some slack. But every precious subscriber, even if I don't know your name, every precious subscriber, I love you all just the same. So I will always miss my unknown subscriber. They didn't leave a comment. What more could I have tried? Maybe I could have given them a briber. Or maybe they just died. Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night. This is Berto Pray. Ah, man, I cut myself
Hi, I'm
off.
Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezra Dax on DS9.
Okay,
And I welcome you
Nicole's
to
prettier
Berto Pray
anyway.
5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hail Karoga. Hail Karoga. Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that. But there you go, Yosef. To Yosef's unknown subscriber. Rock Solid says, what's a customer? A customer. Bird of Prey, we really need to thank Alexander for breaking the stereotype that Canadians are some of the nicest and most polite people out there. Well, I believe Alexander would say he's not Canadian, so it works out. And John DeMarco said exactly. He's not actually Canadian. John Araki says, Qapla, John Araki, and thank you for your super chat, sir. Sci-Fi Nation says, I'm not either. They try to say I am. Yeah, well, Sci-Fi Nation is an honorary Canadian. Although Rock Solid disagrees. Yes, he's from the Quebec Autonomous Zone. Josh Reed says, annual new Twilight Zone for Bird, son of a bitch. Although if they keep coming out with Twilight Zones, I guess I'll be watching it. Robert Rose Jr. says, kneel now before Zod. Then Darkseid shows up and says, kneel before Darkseid. I don't know what that's from. Sci-Fi says, I think Alexander is the true French Newfie. Just saying. Wow. Admiral Saval says, yo, Admiral. I'm sorry, I'm way behind on chat. 20 minutes. I hope you haven't been waiting too long, Admiral. Hope you are well. Josh Reed says, annual Crystal Skull for Bird. No, thank you. No, thank you. Uncle Remus says, Bird of Prey, can I send you a donation via carrier pigeon? Sure, Uncle Remus. If you must, you can send it via carrier pigeon. Third pigeon coop on the left, Queens, New York. Just send it there. Captain Tracks with Bird of Prey. You should demand Alexander and Rock Solid Productions flop with the shopping centers you put in your rectum. I don't know what we're talking about there, Captain Track. John Street says, Alexander, we want to torture Bird of Prey by making him watch Crystal Skull. Alexander doesn't want me tortured. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Josh Street says, annual Crystal Skull, annual Twilight Zone for Bird. Okay, whatever. I'm not doing it, but you can say it. Jeff Franklin says, Bird of Prey, I agree with Captain Track. No, I'm not de-wrenching Alexander. Not unless he actually does something to warrant a de-wrenching. Uncle Remus says, Bird of Prey, maybe have to watch along with Twilight Zone movie. The best part is with Vic Morrow and his kids get decapitated by the helicopter. I thought I watched the Twilight Zone movie. I don't remember any kids getting decapitated. Let's see. Surf Trektronics is Bird of Prey. The first Mad Max movie is almost exactly what's happening now. I know I got to watch that. Everybody's telling me to watch it. I haven't seen it yet. And now I've got to watch the Twilight Zone. And thank you, Momo. I'll be right there. And if anybody has the Paramount Network, Yellowstone has just come back. I think it's its third season now. Could even be fourth season. Yellowstone is great. It's a Western kind of set up in a ranch, a giant ranch in Wyoming or something. And there's three factions. It's kind of like The Expanse, but on a ranch. There's the farmer, the rancher, who's Kevin Costner, and he's got his family and 47,000 acre ranch he's trying to save. There's the Native Americans who are trying to take land and build casinos and take back land that they owned. And then there's the bankers and the East Coast and the real estate, the rich people who are trying to exploit the land to turn it into a giant resort town. So all three of them are kind of against each other. And they try to take the other one to be on their side as a temporary alliance. So like at first the cowboys are against the Native Americans, but then the Native Americans and the cowboys realize they can ally against the bankers, and it's this whole big thing. It's really good. It's a great show. Not as good as Longmire, which was another Western type show, but it's pretty good. And it's a lot more adult than Longmire. Longmire was a family show. This isn't really a family show. You shouldn't want to have kids watch it. I mean, let's put it this way. The episode I watched today was rated MA for violence, but there's others that are rated MA for, nudity. Not a kid's show. Longmire, total family show. Both are excellent shows, though, if you ever get a chance. Longmire's on Netflix. It ended, but it's on Netflix. You could still watch it if you've never seen Longmire. Yeah. No, it was me. And Paramount Network is just on cable. They probably have an app. What?
Yeah.
Sassy, why are you scared, baby? Aw, sassy girl, coming out. I bet chicken would get you out. I bet some chicken would get Sassy out. Was I yelling, Epic Beard? I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sassy. You get some chicken. Yeah, there she goes. Just to mention a chicken. Joseph Patrick says the RTX software reduces Sassy's barking to 99%. Well, then I guess you guys didn't hear me accidentally turn on the vacuum before I muted the microphone during the unknown subscriber. Oh my God. $100 super chat. I don't even see who it's from yet. Let me get to it. From Scrody McBoogerballs. Thank you, Scrody McBoogerballs. Says, I said what in the butt? I said what in the butt? What you want in the butt, Scrody? I mean, I'm not my butt, but if there's someone else's butt here you want something in, I'll see if I can make it happen. Jeff Franklin, Alexander, rock solid. They'd probably be willing. Joseph, perhaps. So Scrody McBoogerballs, thank you so much. Honestly, I don't even know what to say. Darth Maul says, don't want to see that colonoscopy exam. Make sure to turn the camera off, Bird of Prey, and skip the prostate exam. Yeah, you have no argument from me. You have no argument from me. Oh man, I'm still way behind. Doomscock 2020. Nerdcock Doomcock 2020 says Darth Maul. Yeah, somebody had to have made that mistake before. I can't be the first person to say I watch Nerdcock. Did I just say that again? Son of a bitch. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Momo donated $1. Momo donated $1. Thank you, Momo. I'm sorry I missed it. Speed up. At this rate, DJ Odyssey's 48-hour live stream will be over before you catch up. Hail Odyssey, D-Wrench Alexander. Momo, I'm not going to D-Wrench Alexander. Not unless he does something to warrant a D-Wrenching. Sci-Fi Nation says Momo is love. John DeMarco says, I'm out. Catch you all later. Take care, John DeMarco. Thank you for coming. 47 Yorktown says hashtag wax the furry and hashtag smooth as an android's bottom. Yeah, that's always a funny. Data goes and touches his face. And that was hilarious. And people say there's no humor in TNG. Sci-Fi Nation says, happy evening to you, Happy Dinosaur. Happy Dinosaurs in the house. Happy day after your birthday, Happy Dinosaur 8000. Qapla. Guys, check out Happy Dinosaur's channel. He does a lot of like 3-minute movie reviews. Okay, if you want a review of a movie and you don't have 20 minutes to wait for Anti-Trekker to get through part 1 of a movie, Happy Dinosaur, do it in 3 minutes flat. Maybe less. So definitely check out his channel. Alexander says, John DeMarco, even when I tried to help people with DUI hand sanitizer, do it yourself hand sanitizer, DYI. Not DUI is a moving violation. That's when you're drunk driving. DYI, do it yourself. DIY, hand sanitizer. The spread that I wanted to push people to, yeah. There was some ridiculousness around that, Alexander. I saw it with my own eyes. Yes, even when Alexander tries to help, there is some people that accuse him of not. Bird of Prey, play this game more. You want me to play more of the golf game? Captain Track, you think it's better than Risk? Because Captain Track does not like Risk, but I think he likes the putting challenge. The problem with it is that was literally the only things programmed into the game. I hope they keep, working. Maybe they'll add more clubs or something. It is pretty cool. I think so. Yes, everybody do the Bartman. So it's a pretty fun game for about 5 minutes. Josh Street forgot about it. It's what every kid wanted for Christmas. Comic book guy had too many of them, so he sold it to Marge. I went into the store and I asked, what does every little boy want for Christmas? And I got putting challenge. And then they ended the episode with playing the game. You've selected 3 wood. May I suggest putter? 3 wood. Okay. Enter your power. You've selected Power Drive. May I suggest Feather Touch? Power Drive. Ball is in parking lot. The price is wrong, Bob, says Sci-Fi Nation. I don't think that's the exact quote. Jeff Franklin says, Alexander, quit playing the victim. He's not. DJ Odyssey says, Aru! Aru, DJ. DJ already talked about your stream. I don't know if you were here, but we're looking forward to it. We are looking forward to DJ's 48-hour live stream starting tonight. Sci-Fi Nation says, hey, DJ, I want to do a pre-48-hour DJ karaoke stream. Join me. God, man, the man's going to be doing 48 hours of live streaming. He can't join you for a pre-stream. I mean, he can, but man, that's going to give him, push him to like 50 hours of streaming. Joseph says, Josh Street, yes, not sure what part of my content drove the subway. Joseph says, thank you, Bird of Prey. You're welcome. Sci-Fi Nation says, it's life. It's bed life. That's actually not how the words go, Sci-Fi Nation. You can do that's life. There's that's life. That's life. Or bed life, which is just bed life twice. Bed life. Bed life. It's a stream by Bird of Prey. Bunch of subs in April. Lost them all in May. But I know those numbers are gonna zoom when I'm on Nerdrotic's channel in June. Something like that. Something like that. You can change the channel name to whatever fits. Like when I sang it on Doomcock's Discord, I changed it to Doomcock's channel. It's not set in stone. I'm just saying. I mean, it's not going to ever be Anti-Tracker because let's face it. But it could be Doomcock. It could be Nerdrotic. It could be Tim Pool. I don't care. Any big channel. PewDiePie. Though I've never actually watched a PewDiePie video. I thought I did, but then it turned out that wasn't PewDiePie. That's absolutely true. Star Trek Nitpicker says, happy Dinosaur 8000. You eat the fem. Okay. DJ is saying a happy day to a happy Dinosaur 8000. What are we calling Anti-Tracker now? Says Captain Trek. You call him whatever you want. Call him whatever you want. Donald Myers says, hey, hail out Supreme Ruler, our Supreme Ruler, Birdo Prey 5. Qapla, Donald Myers. Donald Myers, you are a fine Kurogan, sir. And Happy Dinosaur says, oh, a delicious Breer bear chomp. Dinosaurs eat bears, I guess. Joseph says, I hate drama, especially somewhere where I have fun, so I can be very vocal if it's required. However, I want to refrain from it because I consider this community friends. That's very nice. I hope nothing is upsetting you. Uncle Remus is Bird of Prey, Vic Morrow, and kids were killed filming Twilight Zone movie. I guess you never heard or no, I did not. I'm so sorry. I did not know that. Footage of the accident on YouTube destroyed John Landis's career. Oh my God, I had no idea. Did you know that, Mama Frey? That Vic Morrow and his kids were killed filming the Twilight Zone movie? No, she didn't know either. I guess when they were filming the Twilight Zone movie. I don't know. What year was the Twilight Zone movie? Alexa, what year did the Twilight Zone movie come out? I guess it happened in 82 or 83. Yeah, thank you, Uncle Remus. I had no idea. Rocksod to Joseph, and no, you notice I haven't claimed it for some time now. Haven't claimed that in some time now. What are you guys talking about? Rocksod to Chemtrack, man, sorry I didn't see that comment. I'm good with that. I don't know. If you guys, I hope everything's okay. Oh, not a communist, says Joseph. Gotcha. No, well, that's it. Nobody was claiming you were a communist. And then there was Scrody McBooger Balls donation. Thank you again, Scrody. Deeply appreciated. Resolute Germ says, Happy Dinosaur 8000. Good for you. Alcohol is overrated. Stick with caffeine. And DJ is sighing. Rock Solid says, Joseph, of course, I was really interested in that conversation yesterday. Where are we? Happy Dinosaur says, thanks for donating, Scrody. Absolutely. Alexander says, Resolute Germ, the title of the game of Jeff Franklin needs to take an end. LDG is laughing. LDG says, thank you for not saying LDG, Birdo Prey. Should I have said LDG? Oh, about the what and the but? Yeah, don't worry, LDG. I wasn't volunteering you. Joseph says, Birdo Prey, paper towels next to notebook. You should have waited until the stream is over for everything. I use the paper towels for my arm. Okay? I always have paper towels near me. If they're not here, they're here. Well, that's even worse. They're always here. Every stream, if you go back and look where I'm on camera, their paper towels are right here. Sometimes the roll's not as big, but it helps keep my arm comfortable. And I'm not ashamed. I am not ashamed to have a roll of paper towels with me at all time. I will not feel shame. Alexander wants to play Risk after with LDG. Darth Maul says, Bird of Prey, Nerdcock is the super Satan fusion of Nerdrotic and Doomcock. It's when they stream together. Okay, so yeah, people have said that before. DJ says, Captain Track, Scrody doesn't like me. Aw. Joseph says, my butt is exit only. Well, Joseph, I mean, for enough money, maybe it would. Yeah, I don't. It was just speculation, Joseph. You know, you European men, there's a stereotype that European men are more into certain things than American men and less into showers. Resolute Germ says, Alexander, I agree. Just don't engage when it gets past a certain point. Absolutely. Kevin Trax says, DJ, I am sure Scrody McBooger Balls likes you. Maybe they like Momo better. I don't know. Zachary Gibbons says, Bird of Prey, sorry I'm late, Bird. I hope everything is well with Clono Prey 6. Okay. There's no Clono Prey 6. That is Nephew O Prey. And yes, everything is good with him. Although we are waiting to hear from Sisso Prey, right? Yeah, Sisso Prey was released from, discharged. Right, supposedly discharged at 4:30, which was 2 hours ago. But as we all know, it could take an extra hour, it could be 2 hours. So we don't know if Sisso Prey is home yet or not, although Mama Prey asked her to give her a message when she gets home. But, right, it would most likely be late tonight. So, later. Yes, TNG has some funny moments. Captain Trax says, Bird of Prey, the putting challenge is 1,000% better than Risk. Okay, you know what, Captain Track? I believe you. I believe you believe that. And Alexander puts out his Discord for Happy Dinosaur 8000 and anyone else who wants to join Alexander's Discord. Alexander says, Joseph, I know, unfortunately, there is a little group. Okay, blah, blah, blah. I agree, Alexander. I understand. Darth Maul says, Bird of Prey, what are your opinions of the USS Excelsior and the Enterprise B? I like the B better. I did. I kind of wished all the Excelsiors going forward would have changed to the Enterprise B look. It feels weird that the Enterprise B was only seen, that class ship was only seen in that one movie in Generations and was never seen again. And yet all throughout TNG, not TNG, all throughout DS9, we see tons of other Excelsior class ships, but not ever an Enterprise B looking ship. The Excelsior is a good looking ship. Don't get me wrong. The Federation, I don't think there's an ugly ship in the fleet except for the Stargazer. I do not like the four nacelle ships. Okay, the actual ships that we saw in TNG, the Federation ships, and the movies, the Federation ships, the Miranda class, the Constitution class, the Galaxy class, the Nebula, the frickin' what's the one? The Science Vessel, the Oberth. They're all the Enterprise B, the Excelsior. These are all good looking, and the A, of course, the Enterprise A. These are all awesome looking ships. I love them all. But if you're asking me honestly, I'd say I'd like the Enterprise B over the Excelsior. If I had to take command, I was given the choice, all things equal, I would take the Enterprise B. Why not? It's a bigger ship. It's probably more fortified, probably got more weapons, more advanced electronics or whatever. More advanced technology. I think most people would take it. Dan 23 is to quote Data. There once was a lady from Venus whose body was shaped like a... That's enough, Commander Data. Zachary Gibbons says, I thought this was the pre-stream for DJ. Not technically. DJ's away from keyboard trying to fix something. Zachary says, Bird of Prey, where is Momo for Alexander? Well, Momo can show up whenever Momo wants. I mean, I don't control Momo. Yeah, that is Sisso Prey's friend. So hopefully everything's okay. Good. Okay. Everything's good. Good. Mama Prey saying good. Okay. Yeah, Momo's able to do whatever Momo wants. Hungry Mrs. Bird of Prey, look up on YouTube Vic Morrow Twilight Zone. I will. In fact, I'm going to copy this into the clipboard so that I remember to look it up. Although I really don't want to see actual footage if, obviously I don't think we're going to see anybody actually die on camera. I don't want to see that. Zachary Gibbons says, maybe you need a real arm rest, Bird of Prey, or a pillow. I have a pillow, but the paper towel, if I need to cough, is it bothering you? I mean, is it bothering you that much that there's a paper towel there? If it does, I can find something else, but I kind of like it. Zachary Gibbons says, maybe you need a real... Oh, yeah, I read that. Epic Beard wants to ban Risk. Alexander says to Captain Track, I'm a wrench here because Bird of Prey knows I would never abuse the power. Absolutely. Rock Solid says Bird of Prey is trying to get Joseph Patrick to be a fan of Trant. No, I'm not. Everything is good, Mama Prey. They're at Sisso Prey's. Aw. Oh, good. Sisso Prey is home at her apartment with Charlie. Charlie just ate and was being burped. And one of her friend from Maine, they were friends growing up. They went to school together. They went to Florida. They lived in Florida together for a while. Long time friend of Sisso Prey. Came down to stay with Sisso Prey for a little while to get her till she's back on her feet, hopefully, with Charlie. So everybody's good. Everybody's good, and Sisso Prey is home. So it's awesome to hear. Darth Maul's his bird of prey. Let's hope she didn't get those ambulance drivers you got who were lost driving home. No, no, she didn't have to go home by ambulance. See, if you can walk, you don't have to go home by ambulance. That's just me who has to go home by ambulance. Her friend drove her home. So that was, she had, her friend could drive her.
Took them a while to get the front seat.
Yeah. Obviously, getting the car seat in the car was a challenge at first. Resolute's his bird of prey. It's okay. You're a clone. Emperor Kalos himself was a clone.
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
Nephew O'Prey just donated $1. Goo goo gaga. What's this? What are these pickaxes? Gaga goo goo. Oh, he's got a mallet. His first nephew O'Prey's first mallet. Mom O'Prey had a friend who had a lot of extra baby toys. So Mom O'Prey grew out of, the kids grew out of them. The grandchildren grew out of them. So Mom O'Prey was cleaning them all, and baby has a mallet. So baby Charlie is going to have his first mallet. It's here in the house. So like I told everybody, you need a mallet. This is good training to have a mallet for the baby. So he's going to start with a mallet, not a pickaxe. Zachary says, nope, the paper towel is not disturbing. Oh, wait, I missed a few. Yosef just donated $1. Says, I demand compensations for those attacks on Europeans. 1, kissing Dax. 2, annual crystal skull for Bird. Well,
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
I can do this. It's not quite kissing Dax, but it is also kissing Dax in a way. But I will never do annual crystal skull for Bird. So we can meet halfway. The music for this was literally to Google free 70s porn music. There you go.
Hi,
Okay, Nicole.
Lieutenant Ezri Dax on
Starting
DS9,
to get a little
and
old,
I welcome
Nicole.
you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hail Karoga. And I think we're going to put Nicole to sleep for the rest of this episode or show. In case I need to change screens again, Nicole will take a nap. Where are we? Josh reads his Bird of Prey Federation. There are too many Federation in show and movies. It seems to be one in every other franchise from Earth, Federation from Gundam, United Federation of Planets, Star Trek. Josh Street, I don't even understand what I just read. Bird of Prey, Federation. There are too many Federation in shows and movies. There's too many Federations in different shows. You're complaining about the fact that the term Federation is used in too many shows and movies. Okay. Well, I think if we were to give one, I think the Federation, refers to the Federation in Star Trek. That's the only Federation I care about. And Captain Track, it says B.O.B. is here. Welcome, B. Qapla. Says B, Captain Track, yeah, they repainted the model for it, I believe. And Kevin said, B, yeah, really, thank you. I'd love more. Maybe you could point other things I have missed. Zachary Gibbons says, nope, paper towels isn't disturbing. Awesome. Carlos is bird of prey. Just be you, bird. Whatever makes you comfortable. Don't worry about us. We're here for you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Carlo. Joseph says, bird of prey. Paper towels was an obvious joke. Nobody is complaining, and if somebody is, don't pay attention. Okay, I was just checking. I mean, we are up to 7 down votes, so obviously somebody's angry. But it's fine. It's fine. I won't let it get me down. Josh Street says, bird of prey. Mama Prey is going to start Baby O'Prey's life in the mines. No, Baby O'Prey, Nephew O'Prey doesn't go to the mines. Only orphans go to the mines. Zachary Gibbons says, I can't wait till you have to change Nephew O'Prey's diaper. Explosion, bird of prey. You need to record that. Have you done your diaper change? No, I haven't done diaper change training. I'm an engineer. I can figure out how to change a diaper. But I can tell you we're certainly not recording it because that would be illegal, probably. Certainly close enough to illegal that I'm not going to attempt it. DJ says she could never get old. Unsubbing you. Okay, she's not getting old. I didn't mean old. I meant like, I'm thinking she's starting to annoy people. Josh Street says, bird of prey. Mama Prey is going to start Baby Prey. Oh, I read that. Zach, no, you're not going to start him in the mines early with a mallet. Zachary Gibbons says, I can't wait if you have to change Nephew. I read that. God damn it. Kevin Trax says, bird of prey. Anyone who downvotes you is downvoting Mama Prey, so shame on you. No, they're downvoting me, but that's okay. Resolute Germ says, bird of prey will not allow young bird of prey 6 into the mines until it's time to learn how oppressive ways of his forebearers. Zachary Gibbons says, when will Nephew O'Prey get Bird's hammer, which is more powerful than Thor's hammer. I forgot how to pronounce it. My hammer is not more powerful than Thor's hammer, just to be clear. I just have a regular hammer. Joseph says, downvotes are good. It means you're a big channel in my eyes. And it's an interaction. I know. Nephew has a mullet. No, not a mullet. Nephew actually has a pretty full head of hair. A mallet. That's like a blunt hammer on both sides. No, DJ is not the father. What is going on here? How did the air get set to 76 degrees? Okay, whatever. No, DJ is not the father. Okay, so there was a few more Dear Bops. So let's go do those, and then I guess, what are we coming up on? We're going to be coming up on 3 hours. So we'll do the Dear Bops, and that should get us to about the 3 hour mark. And then we'll end the stream, and whoever wants to go on can go on. So, Dear Bop, it's a different stream by Bird O'Prey. Oh, this is still the putting challenge. Dear Bops. Okay, we got, so Gary sent an email. So let's taking this out of order. Okay. Explanation needed, says Gary. I completely understand how you're not caught a lot of what's been happening in the chat, but I want to lay this out there. Alexander claims that I have been, in his words, provoking him for months. I will totally admit that the last week or so, I think the whole Momo thing is dumb and overly played out. If that's provoking, then I admit it. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's clever. And he gets off on saying deliberately offensive. On saying deliberately offensive today. Today I told him multiple times that he was talking idiotically and like an idiot. I totally admit that as well. But for him to continue with his disgusting talk, sorry, but I have no use for that or him. And for the record, Alexander, I also told DJ the whole Momo thing is stupid and his time has passed. So if you think I'm just provoking and picking on you, grow up. To quote Carly Simon, you are so vain, you'll probably think this comment's about you. Don't you? All the best, Gary. Okay, so sounds like there's really not an issue here. Alexander, don't have to talk to Rock Solid about Momo. Alexander really doesn't even talk about Momo. Momo comes in to find Alexander. And you don't think Momo's funny anymore? I get it. You don't have to think it's funny anymore. Captain Track doesn't like risk games. I get it. I'm sorry he doesn't like risk games. I'm sorry you don't find Momo's funny. I'm not going to ban Momo from my streams, and I'm not going to stop playing Risk in the future. If you guys want to leave at points Momo comes in or I start playing Risk, that's your choice. I will miss you, but I understand it. If it upsets you, I get it. Nobody has to like everything everybody else likes. There are certainly things in other people's streams that I quietly leave, and maybe I'll come back later. Maybe I don't. That's just the way it is. Obviously, there are people who do streams right now that are good friends that I support. I promote their streams, but at some point in their stream, I'm watching something. I don't like it. I just leave. And if I come back in a half hour, I come back. If I get busy and start doing something else, I get busy, I start doing something else. There's plenty of people streaming. There's plenty of other things going on. Nobody has to be here. Nobody should feel like they're forced to be here if they don't want to be here. If I'm playing a game you don't like, come back tomorrow. There'll be something else. If you don't like what's going on in a stream, come back tomorrow or the next day. There'll be something else. If you want to leave a comment that I'm leaving because of this, thank you. That actually helps. I like to know that Risk makes Captain Track leave and Momo upsets you, because if 10 people tell me that Momo is upsetting them or that they're leaving because of Risk, then maybe I would stop playing Risk or we'd cut out Momo. But 1 or 2 people, there's 33, 34, 35 other people on the stream right now. Or when I'm playing Risk, there's 20 people on the stream. 8 of us are having a really good time. If 1 or 2 people don't like it, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. It's just the way it is. I feel bad. I apologize that you're not happy, but I can't cater everything to everybody's will, because then I wouldn't be able to do anything. So, Gary, thank you for your explanation. I apologize that Momo is not your thing, but for the reality is I don't intend to cancel Momo. So if you can't be here when Momo's on, I get it. I'm sorry, but I get it. And Captain Track, I don't intend to cancel Risk. So if you can't be here while we're playing Risk, I get that too. And Alexander, if you can't be here when JP's is on, I get that too. You don't have to be. Nobody has to be here. I appreciate each and every one who comes. But unless there's like everybody dislikes Risk, we're not going to stop playing Risk. So we got some Dear Bops. Dear Bop, why do some guests feel like they have to grandstand and take over a stream? I think it's genetic. I don't think they know they're doing it. I just think they do it. They feel like if they ever stop talking, they're never going to get the chance to talk again. probably because of some trauma in childhood. Dear Bob, can we have authority to drop the ban hammer on anyone who references Momo? No, you cannot. I reference Momo. I kind of like Momo. I kind of think it's hilarious when Alexander and Momo go after each other in a stream. I find it funny. It's most of the time. Sometimes it goes beyond, but most of the time it's just funny. Okay, so no, you can't ban people for saying Momo, and you can't ban people for playing Risk, and you can't ban people or take away wrenches because you don't like that they eat in their bedroom. Dear Bob, if Nephew of Prey is really just Berto Prey cloned, will he have the same affinity for both Frank Sinatra and Freddie Mercury? Okay, he's not a clone, but I will introduce him to some great Frank Sinatra music early on. Okay, and never Freddie Mercury. He might listen to Queen once in a while later on, but I will teach him some good Sinatra music. And Klingon. Well, at least Qapla. So, there we go. Let's get back to the chat before we call it a day. DJ says, yay. LDG says, a masterpiece. I don't know what's going on there. Fluggerville says, happy day to Happy Dinosaur 8000. Fortian, no, we're not going to cut out Risk, Fortian. Don't worry. DJ Odyssey says, hashtag kill Momo. What? Yosef says, birds, words of wisdom. Thank you. Alexander agrees with Captain Track that Momo the Challenger needs to die, but he's still challenging people. He's dangerous. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, it doesn't offend me. It's the same thing all the time. It's dumb, and it's not about you. You owe no apology. Well, thank you, Rock Solid. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, at the same time, when someone is being deliberately offensive towards me, I'll defend myself. Absolutely. I would think nothing else. Josh Street says, ban Bird of Prey for saying the M word. Moogie? Moogie. No, Moogie's not. Joseph Petrick says, guys, if I ever bother you with talking too much, let me know. Joseph, you're not the person they're talking about, Joseph. You are not the person they're talking about. You've never bothered anyone. DJ Odyssey says, damn, SJW is trying to ban Momo. Son of a bitch. And you know what? I think we'll call it a day there. Guys, thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for hanging around with Dear Bob. Thank you for coming, even though you have to work. You only come by to drop a like, drop a hello. Thank you for the 40 thumbs ups we got. I appreciate it so much. And thank you for the very generous chats and super chats from Yosef to Nephew O'Prey to Joe Biden to Scrody McBoogerballs to Alexander with his multiple super chats to John Araki and Momo again and Joe Biden again. And thank you. Arvik Sonder, thank you. Thomas Potts, thank you. Wesley Crusher, thank you, even though you're probably at work. Orville Nation, thank you. And well, Interpol. Even though I don't think you're the real Interpol, thank you all for those donations. Greatly appreciated. So you know what, guys? I know, let's end it with Bed Life one more time. Josh Street says, DJ is doing a 48-hour stream. What's your 12-hour stream of DS9 marathon stream coming? Not happening. Sci-Fi Nation says, Kuroga National Anthem is the best anthem. It is, but I think we're going to end today with Bed Life. And Joseph says, excellent stream. 3 hours flew by like nothing. And Alexander put in another super chat. Thank you so much, Alexander. $2 says, don't do the Momo challenge. Please don't do it. And Piano Dean put in a $2 super chat. Piano Dean, you don't have to. Bird is the word. Thank you so much, Piano Dean. Piano Dean is the man. Bird might be the word, but Piano Dean is the man. And Piano Dean, I hope you are doing well. I know yesterday you said you were pretty much over it except for the smell. I hope you get that back soon. And I'm sure that if you were worse, you would have told us. So I am assuming you are doing well. Uncle Remus, I'd be all for Risk, but I'm not going to play it on this stream. If someone else wants to start a Risk stream, I'll head over there. LDG put in $2. Thank you so much, LDG. Momo 2020. I don't think I'd vote for Momo. I really don't. I don't think. And yes, Piano Dean is doing fine. Awesome to hear. And Kevin Trek put in Rambling Canucks channel. Yeah, guys, check out Rambling Canuck. Check out DJ Odyssey. His 48-hour stream is starting tonight. Check out Sci-Fi Nation. He'll be going on at some point. Cinnabon's going to play Risk. So someone start a Risk stream and I will be there. LDG, thank you again for the super chat. Somebody's got to put in a link to a Risk stream and then we'll have it. But in the meantime, you got about 3 minutes because we're going to end on Bed Life, and I'm going to do as little singing as possible because it already sounds so good. Get the volume up first. Just a bit.
Bed life.
Bed
It's
Life.
a stream by bird of prey. Gained a bunch of subs in April. Lost them in May.
In May.
But I know those numbers are gonna zoom
Zoom.
when I'm on Nerdrotic's channel.
Or
It's
Doom Talk.
true. I said Bed Life.
Bed Life.
And as stupid as it may seem, some people get their kicks
Downvoted in the stream.
but I won't ever let it get me down. 'Cause this crazy old bird keeps sticking around.
Digging around. Amen.
I've been a bully, a brawler, a terror, a bump, and a boss with a ring. I've been east and west and north and south, and I've seen a few things. But now I find myself stuck in this bed, so I just hit the remote and raise up my head. Bed life.
Bed Life.
I won't deny it.
Won't deny it.
I thought of quitting YouTube, but Kurogan say don't even try.
Those Kurogans.
I gotta keep refuting those anti-trekker lies.
Damn lies.
And turd-a-standing turds and the fake orphan cry.
Fake orphans.
I've been a bully, a brawler, a terror, a bum, and a boss with a ring.
Ooh.
I've been east, west, north, and south, and I've seen a few things.
A lot of things.
But now I find myself stuck in this bed, so I just hit the remote and raise up my head.
Raise up that head. Bed Life.
And I can't deny it.
Can't deny it.
Many times I thought of quitting YouTube, but my Kurogan said don't even try it.
Don't try it.
If there's no play button by next July,
Next July.
I'm gonna lay myself down on this old bed
Old bed.
and cry.
Cry, 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 cry. 'Cause of soot in my eye. My bird